Daniel Berry, how goes it? Got some football action again tonight. $7:30s, we got Philadelphia versus the Jets. We got Minnesota versus Tennessee at 8. Atlanta, Dallas at 8. And Chicago, Kansas City at 8:20. I don't know if any starters are going to play. We'll check them out. Come on here early just to hang, say what's up. Talk some football. Talk about weight loss if anyone's been watching my weight loss videos. Gonna read some articles, look at some teams, how their players are doing in the preseason. And that's about what we got scheduled. Tomorrow night we got UFC. I think it's tomorrow night. I should check while I'm thinking about it. Because it is in Shanghai. It starts at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. No fucking way. No wonder why what's his name's all fucked up. No wonder why everyone's all screwed up. No wonder why Ortega's struggling. Well, he struggled to make weight a little bit lately, but that could be a huge reason why. Main card starts at 6 tomorrow morning. What the fuck? Might not be covering that one. Unless I get up and we cover some of it. What's this card even look like besides Ortega and Aljo? Ortega and Aljo, and then Walker and Zhang for the two main fights. Pavlovich versus Cortez Acosta, that could be decent. Borges, Crosby, Pereira's fighting Dorcas. A lot of guys from Eastern Europe and Asia fighting on this card. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning it starts. Oof. I don't know if we're going to do that one. But you never know. Never know. So yeah, it might not be UFC tomorrow just because it's on at 6 in the morning. I don't know if I'll cover it. But we got some football tonight. We got some football tomorrow too. We'll probably check out. Hang, shoot the stuff, get our workouts in. Yeah, there's a couple decent games tonight. I don't know who's going to play and who isn't, but I'm just so excited for football. Definitely looking forward to football starting, as everyone knows. We've talked about it quite a bit lately. Looking forward to hockey and basketball, too. For sure. Shannon Sharp, man, losing a lot of money. Crazy, the money he paid that girl. And then he got thrown out of ESPN. Oof. Dropped the bag. I seen some girl predicted the 2 Super Bowl teams based off of the colors of the Super Bowl logo. She says it's going to be the Lions versus the Ravens. And that the whole shit's scripted. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Patriots looked like shit last night. Wasn't too impressed. They didn't play anyone. Jackson Dot looked good till he got hurt. Hopefully it's nothing serious. The old man Flacco gonna be the starter. What up, H?
Honey.
Salute. How's it going, buddy?
COVID-19? We're not waiting. If it's COVID,
how do you feel?
Let's see what Flacco has to say about facing the Ravens in Baltimore as a Brown.
How do your kids look at it that you're still throwing a football? Well, you can still throw it 75 yards, right?
You know what? I don't have like that same ego that I had probably when I was 23, 24, 25. I really don't go out and see how far I could throw it anymore.
Excellent.
It's like you sound like my kids. Like every time we go to a basketball court, they're like, "Can you dunk one?" And I'm like, Nah, I can, but I'm not. I don't want to show you guys that. And there's a little doubt. There is a little bit of a doubt in my head. Like, can I? I don't know. But thankfully, I mean, honestly, it is thanks. I am thankful for it. My kids, they're excited about seeing me play. Like, they want me to play. So it makes it a lot easier when you're kind of moving them or just kind of leaving them for periods of time. It makes it a little bit easier, the fact that they want to see me out there.
For sure. Now they have the memories for it, too, right? That was why,
that's right.
Into my career, everyone always brings up the streak. The lights were on for me, but no one was home, Joe.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
No, I'm with you. That happened a couple years ago for me. Like, my kids actually got to see me play, and it was completely different than, 4 or 5 years before that.
Yeah, for sure. And I wish now you're telling with your kids' age. So some of those Baltimore memories might have been a little bit more murky. They've been more recently.
Yeah, they were all too young.
Yeah. Well, those are some good times, by the way. And I know I saw something pop up that you entertained an idea of coming back, but didn't maybe give you the opportunity that you still have. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was just like kind of a casual conversation between my agent and them at some point, just kind of seeing if I was still going to play. I think everybody's always kind of curious if I'm still going to try to do it. And then after that, it's just a matter of how much does it progress and what's each side looking for, and that's really all that it was.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest, Joe, I was going to be shocked if I saw breaking Joe Flacco back with the Ravens.
It would have been wild. Yeah.
I can't say I get used to you in a different.
He wouldn't have been starting for the Ravens, no doubt about that. Wouldn't have been starting for the Ravens. Not with the kid they got now. Sorry, Joe. This is Cal Ripken's son interviewing him. He's got his own YouTube channel, Ryan Ripken. Check him out. Are you the guy who commented on a video about kids vid for cards? I don't think so. But you never know. I don't think so, though. There's people that like make duplicate accounts and troll and shit. So that might be it.
For uni, even though it's been a while, and especially in Cleveland, but I got to say, I don't know if it's something with how you throw it, but it's mesmerizing. What's it feel like? We were just talking about, you went to McDonald's after you signed the big contract. Right now, to you, what was more satisfying, going to McDonald's after a Super Bowl and a contract extension, or still slinging it and having 3 touchdowns in the NFL when you're 39, 40 years old.
Listen, it's obviously cooler to go win the Super Bowl and do all those things, but it is interesting. The stuff in the past is the past, and I think AJ Brown, after they won the Super Bowl this year with Philadelphia, he kind of made a comment about how it probably didn't quite live up to the hype. And listen, it does live up to the hype, but there is a lot of truth in what he said. I think everybody has this feeling of like it being the ultimate thing, and it's going to change how you view things and change your life forever and do all these crazy things. And then you win it, and all right, you wake up the next day and maybe you're still a little bit on a high because you won the game, but it's ultimately like, okay, I'm still the same. The day's the same. And so I can see where it does become like a little bit of a letdown. That's most things in life, though. We play these things up in our heads like they're either going to be really good or they're going to be really bad. And then when you kind of go through it and you're in it and it is your life, it's just another day. So I said all that just because, like, being in the moment that I am in now, it's not quite the same as that, but in the moment, it's really enjoyable. And there's a lot of things that you can find in it that you love about it. So,
well, and I bet also going back to 2008, if you had said in 2025 that you would still be playing in the NFL and have a chance to start games, did you have that in your mind that you would be doing this still?
I think everybody has like this number in their mind, about how long they want to play, and everybody wants to play a long time when you first come in the league. You want to have a lasting career. For me, I always kind of figured like, okay, I want to get to that 15-year mark. But I think as I've kind of been in the league, things have changed a little bit about how age is viewed and all those things. And you probably have Brady to thank for that, just like you do pretty much everything in this league because he's done so much. But the way that guys are looking at longevity just in general, but a lot in sports, has changed a little bit over the last 20 years. And as you get older, you kind of don't want to come to that realization, and you realize that you love doing it. And it's a dream job that they're still willing to pay you money for.
A ton of money.
Why would you give up? I mean, I tell people, like, people always ask me, like, are you still playing? And it's such an awkward kind of answer, but I love playing football. I feel like I'm still capable as long as somebody else continues to feel like I may be capable. It's the one thing in life that I'm really good at. And I can do professionally, and I'm not going to give that up. So,
and nor should you, right? Play as long as
that's what I mean. Like, why would you give that up? Nobody else has to give. You know what I mean? Like, if you have something that you enjoy doing and you feel like you could do it well, and you can convince other people of that, then why would you give it up?
Oh, keep going as long as you can, Joe. Just, against Baltimore, just take it.
Yeah. Listen, it'll be. I sure hope I'm on the field, and it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I played them a couple of years ago, but it'll be more fun going back into Baltimore.
So Joe Flacco talking a little bit about his career, what it's going to be like having to go face Baltimore in Baltimore. Had a long career, much longer than I thought he would. He got an arm, though. He's always had a good arm. Can throw the ball far. He came out of like a D1 AA school or a D, like right underneath the big schools. Big schools. Well, he's made a career for himself. He's still going to be the starter for the Browns. Impressive. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's tall as hell. And yes, if you didn't hear me say him, we watch college football. I like Notre Dame. I like Georgia. Those are my top two. We'll cover some of it. I'll cover some of Dion. Whatever else is going on, whatever teams are hot, we'll do a game here and there. Once the playoffs for college football start, we usually cover all of it. Santana Moss weighing in on the critical Terry McLaurin contract. Let's check this out. I would love to see him go to New England.
The lunch menu?
Excuse me. I don't think it's going to happen, but boy, would I like to see him in Patriots red, white, and blue. I wish Drake May had more weapons.
It still feels like the deal is going to be in the future, but they can't decide on a contract. Terry apparently wants at least $30 million.
I heard about it. I didn't see anything.
Commanders aren't willing to give more than 27 or 28 is the numbers. But regardless, they need that dude moving forward. They need that guy. And actually, speaking of Hollywood Casino, up at Charlestown Races, we got to talk with Santana Moss, Washington legend.
He had a good year
and
last year,
also,
too.
I think he can really relate to Scary Terry, wide receiver that dealt with a lot of quarterback play and a lot of underperforming quarterback play where people might have doubted how
I
good
think it
he
wasn't
was.
the greatest trade.
Well, guess what? Santana wanted to set
Supposedly
the
they
record
got a lot of
straight
running backs
on just how
they like.
valuable. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is everything to that franchise. But Terry McLaurin might be that heartbeat. So let me play that clip for you guys.
Terry McLaurin and just having, he went out there, this guy arguably is one of the better receivers.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't either.
Try this again.
Yeah.
Arguably is one of the better receivers, top 5 receivers in our division the last, 5 years without Jaden Daniels. You saw what Terry was able to do. Like the last 9-10 games he played in, he had, 10, you include that Philly game, coming into that game, he had 9 touchdowns in 10 games. So now you add that game, he had 10 in 11 games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what having a quarterback does for a receiver. And at one point, they were saying, "Oh, Terry's not really he's not a top tier wideout. Why isn't he? This is only a guy that at one point we was calling Mr. 50-50. We had to change that name to Mr. Clutch. It's okay to be that guy. It's okay to be the guy that everybody talks about. But in order for you to be that guy that your team is going to consistently talk about, or the fan base is going to consistently talk about, it's about how consistent can you be, in your journey or through your journey in this league and on any level. And that's what Terry brought. He brought consistency. He was a guy that, regardless of who the quarterback was, his play never changed. And then when the quarterback got better, his play rose to the challenge. So that's what pays dividends when you have a guy like Terry that's just been fighting, man, that's just been clawing, and that had that dog-ass mentality before Dan Quinn them got in here. And that's what Dan did when he realized, like, oh, okay, I got certain guys on here that already have, what I talk, what I preach.
Yeah, I agree 100% with.
I think they need to sign McLaurin, especially losing Robinson. They had a very good year last year. Almost made it to the Super Bowl. Really gave everyone a run for their money. You keep losing guys from that team. You're not the same team. You could improve. But having those everyday guys that were big for you in moments throughout the season and getting rid of them for other guys, you better make sure that them other guys are really what you fucking think they are. Yeah, me either. H-Dog. That was huge. They made the Lions look terrible. I loved every minute of it. Both teams go for it a lot on 4th down. That's going to be something you see a lot in the NFL from now on. It's like the new thing. 4th and short, everyone's going for it. But I agree with Santana Moss on that one. He was pretty solid when they had no quarterback, and now you got a real quarterback. At least it sure as hell looks like it. Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal year last year. Phenomenal. I'm more sold on Jaden Daniels. Everyone was like that with C.J. Stroud, too. I think Jaden Daniels is much better than C.J. Stroud. We'll see what happens this year. The Cowboys, who the hell knows what you're going to get. Eagles are going to be tough. They're coming. They could go back to back. I wouldn't be surprised. And then who else you got in that? You got Cowboys, you got Eagles, you got the Giants. The Giants are going to be more competitive. They shouldn't beat Washington, but they're going to be more competitive this year if they're healthy. We got 4 games on tonight. We're going to check them out. Philly at New York Jets at 7:30. Vikings at Titans, 8 o'clock. Falcons at Cowboys, 8 o'clock. And then Bears versus Kansas City at 8:21. All preseason games. But we'll check them out, see if anyone plays. Check out some of the rookies in the games. UFC is on super early tomorrow morning. It starts at like 3 a.m. tonight, or 3 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, Saturday, because it's in Shanghai, I think. I'm pretty sure it's in China. So the main card will come on around 6 in the morning. I don't think I'll be up to see him, but if I am, we'll try and go live. We shall see. It's time for Lamar or Allen to get a ring. They got to win it. They got to win it. Neither of them can get past the Chiefs. I thought Allen had him last year. That fourth down was terrible. That play call where Allen got buried was a horrible play call. Hey, Pam, how are you? What's new? T.G.I.F. Wonder if J.J. McCarthy's going to play tonight. Philly, I don't think you're really going to see many starters. You might see some guys on defense. Mahomes is tough, man. No one wants to beat him. Yeah, I can't believe he went to the Niners. Robinson Jr. to the Niners. He's an insurance policy for them. Oh, you keep your head up, Pam. You'll get one. You hang in there. You got somewhere to stay, right? I want to hear what Jerry Jones had to say. Supposedly he went off on Micah Parsons' agent this morning. That's good. Just keep it civil. Keep it civil. You'll both be able to move on soon. Let's check out Jerry Jones spilling tea on the Micah Parsons contract negotiations, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance...
All right. All hands are very much on deck this morning. As you can see, it is just lunacy. By the way, Joe Fortenbaugh and I are wearing the same jacket.
Thank you, Pam.
You can tell us apart. I'm the one without...
We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I remember I couldn't even fit in the whole camera. That's what I'm saying, Varsity. For sure. Like, what are we doing? We got a good young guy. We made it that far. What the fuck? Why screw it up? You know, you're getting rid of Robinson. Now you're dicking McLaurin around. You lost guys. They lost players to free agency. You keep fucking with that team, it's not going to be the same team. You could end up fucking it up completely. Like the Cowboys seem to always do. They get a team to the playoffs and then, oh, we didn't win it all. Scrap it.
Insane. The standoff between Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons
I bet you
went
do, Pam.
insane last night. Talking to Michael Irvin on his YouTube channel, Jerry Jones said the agreement he believed he made with Parsons would have made.
I don't think Mahomes is going to play tonight or any of the starters really, but they're playing tonight. Did you guys see the commercial with the cats for like football games this year? And each of the cats are playing like a keyboard with jerseys on. I don't know why. I fucking find the commercials hilarious. The cat's making a fucking funny face and going crazy playing the piano with the owner holding it. It's fucking hilarious. I'll try and find it. Maybe I'm a moron, but I find it absolutely hilarious. Maybe I can find it real quick. I would love to. Here we go. You guys are going to probably think I'm a weirdo, but fuck it. Oh, I fucking love it. I don't know why. I'm a reset. That shit's funny. I don't care who you are. That's not even like the full one either. That's just like the quick one. There's funnier ones. But I find that shit absolutely hilarious. I'm sorry. Hitting them perfect. I don't know. Maybe I'm a Momo. I probably am a Momo, but I find it absolutely hilarious. But yeah, they have one with the Chiefs jersey on the cat and one with the fucking Chargers jersey on last week. That was absolutely hilarious. I think it's hilarious, but I'm a fucking idiot, so it's to be expected. Certainly to be expected from an individual like myself. All right, Jerry Jones being critical of the contract extension talks with Micah Parsons and his agent. Parsons requested a trade on August 1st, final season of his rookie contract. He's on a 5th-year option. He's had enough of it. Wants more money or out. He said his agent's an asshole.
Made him the highest player other than a quarterback in the NFL. He then unloaded on Parsons' agent, Mulligetta. You have to hear this to believe it.
We're going to send the details to the agent.
Damn, Jerry can barely talk.
Stick it up our ass.
Wait.
Oh, shit, what?
Hear this to believe it.
We wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Wait, now, see, I was
just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Because people want to
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent. And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mark in several areas. And so the issue, very frankly, is we've had the negotiation in my mind. And the agent's trying to get his nose in right now and try to come in there and improve off the mark that we'd already said. It's the mama-daddy deal. You go into mama and she won't do it. And she's the boss so much. she won't do it. So you run into Daddy. Daddy says do it, and then you go back in and say, Mama, Daddy said it was all right.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So that
fucking Jerry Jones is a fucking evil prick. That guy's been making money for how many years? Pay the fucking dude, Jerry. You do this with everyone. And everyone you shouldn't pay, you fucking pay. I'm so glad I'm not a Cowboys fan.
happened, and there's much, much more that we will get to. Bartholomew, I was watching your facial expressions. What?
That's not his line. What does he mean that the agent wants to get involved? That's his job. That's literally what his job is supposed to do.
No, to be clear, the agent wants to stick his nose in it.
Right.
Like he's getting nosy about doing his job. It's absurd.
I don't understand it. That's just like Michael Parsons going to negotiate with Schottenheimer. like you wouldn't accept it. Like that's the protocol. Like I don't understand why he would think he can circumvent and go around the actual agent and talk to the player. And he thinks, I'm going to send you, like I'm going to inform you what me and the player talked about. That's not how it things
There
work,
is a history.
Jerry Jones. This is exactly what he said if you didn't hear it. When we wanted to send details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass. We already had the negotiation in my mind, and the agent is trying to get his nose in it. That's the agent's job. The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knows what I offered him. So in Jerry's mind, the agent is getting his nose in his business with his player, which is his job. That's why the player hired him. And Jerry said the world would know that if the world knew what I had offered Micah, they would know I want him. So, see what else everyone has to say about this deal. See what the agent has to say. That's what I want to hear. Let's see what the agent has to say. Jerry said the agent said to stick up his ass, the deal. Jerry's not used to getting talked to like that. Too fucking bad for Jerry Jones. That guy's a zillionaire. He's made tons of money. These guys are so rich, they don't want to pay players that deserve it. If a guy sucks, I hear you. Micah Parsons, when he's healthy on the field, is a fucking stud.
What Jerry said, the agent said. Ryan Clark, who was also represented by David Mulligetta, reached out to him, and the agent, David Mulligetta, says he never used that language.
Exactly,
I don't think
Jack.
Jerry was trying to be quoting him specifically. It was sort of a generally told us to say.
The money quote, obviously earlier, but then he also says later, he told
Show
us
me
don't
the
lie.
money,
So,
Jerry.
it's two different ways of saying the same thing. So what he's saying is, we had
Show me the money,
I
Jerry.
sent it over to the agent, say, look this over, make sure everything's cool, because Micah and I negotiated this, and the agent said, Micah doesn't negotiate his deals, I do, right? So let's actually have a conversation about this.
To be clear, he didn't use the word "stick it up your whatever."
He may have, but who knows?
Well, we don't think he did. David Mulligetta told our
saying
he
yes,
said
yes,
that.
yes.
And it isn't really the most important part of this, but it's the most entertaining. Then there is the response from Micah Parsons. Micah has responded to this in the way people respond in this day and age. First, he cited a passage from the Bible in the book of Micah. In which he posted, "Even if I fall, I will rise. The Lord is my light." Then
That's
he
great.
scrubbed any mention of the Dallas Cowboys from his social media.
Wow.
If you look at how he describes himself, Penn State 2021, and then TBD, to be determined. Now,
Interesting.
whenever we have biblical issues, we always turn immediately to Brooke, who can give us the meaning of the passage.
In fact, yes, my dad entered the ministry just for this moment right now so that I could text him at 7 a.m. and say, what does the book of Micah mean? And I asked him about that verse, and he said that Micah is talking about strength through faith in God. Don't think he knew much about football, so that's Bible study with the priors.
That's not Jesus.
That is exactly right. Look, this is
what Micah Parsons posted, and then he took any cowboy shit off of his entire Instagram. I think he's had it. Micah 7-8. Even if I fall, I will rise. The Lord is my light.
just a play straight out of how it goes with this. Right? I'm kind of surprised he hadn't tweeted.
The fact that Jerry Jones is saying the agent told me to stick it nowhere, and
now
Micah is quoting
Taking
from the book of Micah, you just can't ask for any more than we have here. But where does it leave us? Dominique, this is my point.
Yeah.
You don't want to play with Jerry no more.
13 days away. This is
Jerry's
all
a
fun and
cracker.
games. And again, if Jerry wants to program
Jerry
the
is a
A-block to
cracker.
get up every single day, I'm just fine with that. Take that problem off our hands. But they have a whole other problem, which is that 2 weeks from yesterday, they're playing the defending champs in their building
Without
on
Micah.
national TV for the whole world to watch. There's no...
If they don't have Micah Parsons, even if they do, it's probably going to get ugly. Dallas, I think, is going to be in a world of fucking hurt without him against the Eagles. It's at Philly. They're raising a banner against the Cowboys, their biggest divisional rival, probably. I don't know. The Giants are closer. Them and the Giants go at it too, but you know they don't like the fucking Cowboys all that much either, especially in Philly. Philly might beat them 60-0 that night with the energy in that place and no Micah Parsons. I'd re-sign him just for that game, just so we don't get our heads kicked in.
Seeing what we've just seen, there's no chance in the world Micah Parsons plays in that game.
So I think every person and every business kind of has a
He ain't
priority
even ready
set
to
of
play
things
now.
that are most important to them. And oftentimes you don't have to put those things at odds with one another, so you're never asked to like actually stack those things. And sometimes you're put in a situation where you have to decide what is more important to you, marketing the Dallas Cowboys or winning week 1. And it seems clear to me, for at least one person in the Dallas Cowboys organization, being on TV, programming the A block of all types of TV shows.
Dallas has the 8th hardest schedule as of right now, based on analytics. Dallas has the 8th hardest schedule in the NFC, 10th hardest in the NFL. It's going to be a fucking rough year for the Cowboys, I got a feeling. Unless they just finally pay people. And then you got to worry about Dak being healthy. Good luck. Good luck, Cowboys fans.
Is more important to that person than getting their best players in camp and ready for practice.
And that's why the Dallas Cowboys can't have sustainable success, because it's always a distraction. It's always something. Right now, you're
I have no
focusing on
idea,
having
Jet.
to play the champs, right? Who already is tough sledding. You're probably picked in your division to be the 3rd best team. You
Probably
have a brand
teams in
new
the
coach,
NFC North.
And now you have like
That's
the
a tough
best defensive
division.
player in football that's not going to be available. You're going to be
AFC
tasked to
North's
try
probably
and
got a
stop
couple
these
tough
teams.
schedules.
And you can't get off to a slow start. You have to get off to a fast start, because it's also important when you have a new coach to be able to get the team to buy into his message. We can't buy in when you're telling us that the most important thing is the soap opera and not the X and O's and about going about the business and winning. You're basically wasting my time as a defender, wasting years that I can't get back because I have a life expectancy in the NFL. Jerry Jones to be the owner as long as he's alive.
Brian Schottenheimer.
It's true. And Jerry Jones is fucking loaded. It says where I'm looking it up real quick, Jet. It says the Giants, Lions, and Bears are slated to have the toughest schedules. The Niners, Saints, and Patriots have the easiest. Good. We need an easy fucking schedule. And a lot of our schedule being easy is because we got to play Miami twice, Jets twice. We get the Browns. We're playing the NFC North, Cincinnati, which for some reason we seem to beat no matter how good they are. But it says Giants, Lions, and Bears are the toughest schedule, have the toughest schedules this year. Looking it up quick. Well, Micah Parsons is probably not going to play much to start the season, if at all.
And now at this point, I think what the Cowboys, what Brian Schottenheimer, what Jerry Jones are counting on is that Micah loves to play football and that he doesn't want to walk into his locker room and face his teammates and say good luck against the Eagles guys, and that he'll show up and play. Whether that's on a new contract that's done on Jerry's terms or whether it's on the current contract that he signed through 2025. I don't know. If Micah doesn't show up and play, then I think the leverage shifts toward him a little bit, because then the Cowboys have to take it seriously. It's just he can't sit out the season. Right. Because then the contract would toll and he'd be in the same position next year. he could sit out the first 11 weeks and then show up right. So there are options available to him. The question is, which one's he going to take?
Bottom of the hour on Get Up on a Football Friday, and the story is in Dallas. The standoff between Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons took an...
Yeah, I told you it would be teams from the NFC North and the AFC North. Those are probably the two toughest divisions, I would say.
Enormous turn yesterday. We start again on Michael Irvin's YouTube channel. Jerry saying the agreement he believes he made with Parsons would have made him the highest paid guaranteed player other than a quarterback in the NFL.
3 to 4
and then he said this, which has everyone buzzing.
At least 3.
We wanted to send the details to the agent. The agent told us to stick it up our ass.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want?
Jerry didn't like it. The agent told him to stick it up his ass, allegedly.
Again, now
it's fucking hilarious. I got to hear that again.
Quarterback in the NFL, and then he said this, which has everyone buzzing.
We wanted to send the details to the agent. The agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Again, now the agent, whose name is David Mulligetta, also represents our Ryan.
I got to see what Michael Irvin did if he laughed.
Stick it up our ass.
Oh, Michael Irvin went.
Now the agent, whose name is David Mulligetta, also represents our Ryan Clark. He told RC that he did not use that language, that he has never said that before, and so we will just take it. We will just assume that Jerry was not being literal. That he meant that the agent essentially told him, "Stick it. We have to start from scratch."
Yeah, you fucked
so
up,
we find
Jerry.
Ourselves, look, here's.
Show me the money, Jerry. If Jerry Jones was calling me, I'd say, "Show me the money, Jerry." Just like that fucking movie. Micah Parsons is like, since he's been in the league since 2021, has like the best stats out of anyone in almost any category rushing the passer. On a team that isn't the greatest. Well, he's been there. And he's probably been on the field a ton because Prescott's always hurt. Oh, you watched the new Maverick movie? The new Top Gun movie? He said he paid him higher than anyone outside of a quarterback contract. That could also mean look at the highest paid quarterbacks before what is what you would have to look at to say that was the number potentially. That would be the lowest amount he would pay him. Oh, yeah, Jerry Maguire, yeah. Show me the money, Jerry. I forgot that little fuck played in that shit, too. Jerry critiques the negotiations.
I don't think the fans are. The media's not. Everyone's looking at this and saying, Jerry, what are you doing? Micah's right.
Let me play the part that Nick is talking to, and then we'll all react, because there's much more here. This is where Jerry Jones says, if everyone knew what it is he offered, they would all be on his side. Listen.
The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knew.
No doubt, Bossy.
What I offered.
That was awesome.
So the world would know that I want Micah to play on the team and that I respect him for what he can bring to the team. And now, as it turns out, in this particular case, you say, well, what happened?
Jerry Jones reminds me of a supervillain. Jerry Jones reminds me of a supervillain. I started losing weight about 60 days ago. Constantine.
Well, what happens is that we have a contract, and there's this year remaining under the contract, and then in the NFL, I get it.
Oh, I feel bad for him. I shouldn't make fun of him.
Contract another year, we'll pay him like a franchise, and another one after that. So we really got 3 years to work this thing out, and it's a basic contract that's there to go. I did that with Dak. and we couldn't agree. So Dak played his last year of his contract, and then we franchised him. And so it's exactly what happened with Dak. And we moved.
Yeah, and he wasn't happy either.
Ultimately, we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL.
I'm glad that that's like that's like a veiled open threat, right? That's what owners do. Basically, I control you. You play football because I tell you to. And now that's when men dig in and their pride stick in, because owners think that, okay, well, I got you on the contract.
Yeah, Jet, but the thing is that doesn't mean that that's the top number. That's what I mean, there might be a gap in between him and quarterback top salaries. Do you understand what I'm saying? It could be 41.5, it could be 42, but it could be even higher. I don't know what the quarterback salaries are that are in that range per year that equate. So it could be more than 40. It could be significantly more than that if that number is high. Like that number could be significantly higher than 41 mil for however many years, based on years and based on the other salary. So supposedly, though, he was getting money close to that, at least that, if not more, allegedly. There's a lot of bad quarterbacks. I think some of these quarterbacks don't deserve the money they get whatsoever. You got scrubs making money that Brady never saw. It's fucking nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Brady never saw close to what some of these guys are getting. It's nuts that the Patriots got away with it for so long. I know Brady liked winning too. I know he liked a lot of guys he played with, but he took a discount a lot of fucking years. You got guys like Love up in Green Bay making more than Brady made. It's fucking nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, you can't do nothing. I'll just franchise tag you. Yeah, and I can show up and say my hamstring hurt, and ain't nothing you can do either. And at some point, players are going to start using that hold. It used to be the hold out. That's the hold in.
I want people to understand this. You say players show up and say my hamstring hurt. I don't believe that is because that's a lie. Like, players play through so much stuff. Right. Like, I am playing in part because there's some unwritten rules that we understand that we're going to go by. Every player after week 1 could sit out, could reasonably take a break from playing. So I would understand if I don't have a long-term contract and something hurts a little bit, I don't have the security that allows me to put my body out there. So it's not arguing that Micah could come in there and fake something. No. Play one game. Yep. Something's going to hurt. And that's why he wants his contract. It makes sense.
And that's the tool. They weaponize the threat of the franchise tag. And you can say whatever you want because context matters. So he's trying to win the poll of public opinion. Yeah. But offset language matters. Yeah. Injury skill matters. Skill deprivation matters. Guaranteed. How quickly am I going to get paid money? Opt-outs. You can't negotiate that with a player. And what if changed? T.J. Watt changed. So I could agree to something before, but I'm better than T.J. Watt. I'm in my prime. I'm 25 years old. These are all factors that change things. The only person that can push it maybe potentially higher than Micah Parsons, who should be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, is Aiden Hutchinson. He's the only person that can push it. So it's his obligation to make sure that he gets the best contract for the next man up. That's the responsibility he owes to his brothers. That's part of the fraternity. So Jerry can say whatever he wants, but context matters. The public opinion isn't that you just made Micah Parsons the highest paid. It's contract structure. And he's not going to win those opinions in the locker room because CeeDee Lamb had to deal with it. Dak had to deal with it. Everybody's probably fed up with the way that the old school owners do things, and Trey Henderson's experiencing the way that the old guys do it again. And Jerry's part of the old school, just like what's going on in the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean, all that's true, but it's also true, like the franchise tag's a threat, but it's also true.
It is.
And to Jerry's point, he's done it before.
That's fine.
They did it with Dak Prescott, and it still worked out. Look, we're in a situation here where, honestly, like, like both sides are acting in a way that's not constructive to get something done. Now you see Micah coming out of practice. One day he's in uniform, one day he's not. One day he doesn't have shoes on. It's like a silent protest kind of thing. Someone's got to say, all right, come on. Let's stop being foolish here, because that's the only way it's going to change. Right now, if Jerry and the agent won't engage, something's got to change.
The agent won't engage. Jerry won't engage with the agent, right?
Right.
So that's who has to change. Yeah. And so I think we can be clear about even Jerry's, the way that he explains it. We can be clear that the holdup right now is Jerry Jones.
Well, Jerry, right, but I mean, to his point, he offered a contract, right, and felt like he agreed on it. So it gets back to how Greeny started this, right? Like, you can understand Jerry's point of view even if you don't agree with it.
He went about it in a way that we all think is wrong.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Right.
And it could have ended fine and didn't. Now, I've one more for you. After we talked to Michael Irvin, Jerry sat down face-to-face with Stephen A. Smith. The full interview will drop on YouTube later today. They'll, of course, be talking about it extensively on First Take. But here's a segment of that is just fascinating.
In the spirit of not doing the old mother-dad deal. How many times have you seen the little rascal so clever go in there and mama told him, you're not going to get it. And goes in to daddy, who only sees him after 5 in the afternoon, wants to love him, and says, you can have it, son. You can have that before dinner. And he goes back in and says, Mama, Daddy said I could have it. That's the old mom, dad, been around since the beginning of time. I'm not going to go for that shit here.
I'm not going to go for that shit here.
That's what's happening.
You're not going for it.
I'm not going for it. No. But we've had a very, very strong negotiation. Now, by the way, frankly, it wouldn't have made any difference what the negotiation was. Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work?
Micah.
And who else?
You.
Hello. There's not room for a third. There's not room for a third. This will be a good one.
Micah Parsons, for those of you just joining us.
He's just attacking the agent. He's attacking the agent, belittling the agent, because the agent supposedly said something nasty about him. I don't believe a fucking word Jerry Jones says, to tell you the truth. People that have money like that, they do anything for it. They'll do anything for it. I don't believe Jerry Jones one fucking bit. People that have money like that have no problems doing shit that most people would say, oh, that's kind of fucked up. Let's listen to some of the Jets pregame coming up against the Eagles. Supposed to start at about 7:30. I don't trust Jerry. Fuck Jerry.
Everything's meaningful, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
he's done it to too many players for too long.
Accountability thing. So I'm just excited to deliver for this team. How does your skill set kind of fit this defense? I'm a dog, bro. I mean, that's the first skill set. That takes no talent. That's a mindset thing, and I thank God for putting me on the track He did in my life, especially this injury, because I've never been hurt. Every time I see guys go down, I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm strong enough. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. But now I know I'm strong enough. Like, my confidence is through the roof. And obviously, I got the tangible, speed, power, explosiveness. All that's there. But I mean, this game, 90% mental. I believe in who I am so much, and then I believe in my abilities so much and my character. This is gonna handle itself. I'm just thankful to God that He put me in this position.
Is this the year that the Jets snap the playoff drop?
That's my plan. That's my plan.
And you want to be out front?
Out front. I want to lead this thing.
Welcome back, brother.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. See how his return goes. Johnson II back off the injury.
Wilson, as you know, they both got paid this offseason. If he has a big year on the field, JJ will secure his own bag. It's almost game time, but when we return, Rich Samini will rejoin me, and he's going to tell us what he's looking out for tonight. That's up next on Take Flight.
You guys are kicking bombs.
Big. It's a big deal.
Holy shit. That was a deep field goal.
Get one medium hot or iced coffee and...
So I don't know who's playing in these games, but we're going to check them out. Just kind of hanging. Like I said, we got Philly, New York Jets at 7:30 or so. Vikings versus Titans, 8 o'clock. Falcons versus Cowboys, 8 o'clock. And Bears versus Chiefs at 8:21. We'll keep an eye on them. I want to see J.J. McCarthy play a little bit. I haven't got to see him play at all.
Welcome back. Kickoff Countdown, taking your questions from the fans. Amelia Santinello is out amongst them. There's a Packer fan right behind you. I'm just warning you, Amelia.
I'm not talking to the Packer fan.
What do you got for me?
I'm talking to Jamie from New Brighton, who's here with her mother and her sister, and she has a question. First of all, they want to say a shout out to Daggio's Pizza.
New Brighton,
Jamie, what's your question?
So, just gonna wonder, how is Harrison Smith gonna do his possible last season?
Oh, Harrison Smith, how much treads he get left on the tire? What's it like?
Well, first of all, now I know that there's Packers fans in the stand.
Yeah.
I won't use any big words.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I speak slowly. I think Harrison Smith is one of those guys. It seems like time never catches up with him, and with playing in again. Talking about Kevin O'Connell on the offensive side, I think Brian Flores is the same on the defensive side. He knows how to use guys. He knows what they can do, knows what they can't, and plays their strengths. So I'd look for Harrison Smith to be very productive, just like he is every single year with the Vikings.
Let's go over to Frank. Frank's got someone with a question. Go ahead.
He's a smart young man. Ask Matt your question, Thomas.
Vikings are going to be
when is the Vikings going to get past the first round of the playoffs?
Well done, Thomas. Thomas, you're young. This is the time of year where, as Vikings fans, we have hope. And we always say, this is going to be the year. And sooner or later, we're going to be right. So why not? Why not make it this year? We get past the first round, and past the second round, and past the third round.
All right. We appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. The game starts at 7. You're in the right place. Packer fan, you think you can catch this?
No
boy,
chance.
What are the odds?
Fire it at him.
Ready? Oh, he did!
He thought it was a broad.
That's it for us. We're back here all weekend and all next week. Thanks for joining us on Kickoff Countdown. Wheel of Fortune, then 7 o'clock.
So we got some games to check out tonight.
With his just his smarts, his football IQ, he moves really well. Not the greatest arm, but he executes the offense. He could get that job.
And Aaron Glenn was talking about his toughness. He got stepped on his ankle, and he said, "No, take me up. Let's go." He doesn't want to blow an opportunity. All right, thanks so much for joining me tonight, Rich. As always, if you want your Jets information, this is the guy right here, ESPN Jets reporter Rich Cimini. But it is.
I want to take a little look at the Jets. Hopefully they play some starters because they play New England twice a year. And Aaron Glenn supposedly is a very good coach. He was a very good player. Hell of a cornerback. I'm 99% sure he was an all-pro several times. Supposedly he's a up-and-coming coach. Everyone has been singing praises about him. I can't stand the Jets, but it's more fun when they're competitive. They really haven't been competitive in an extremely long time. Jets haven't won a fucking championship in Christ since Namath, I think. People complain about their team not winning one in fucking 10 years and blame the coach nonstop. And you got a team like the Jets, fucking 85 different coaches, and the fans stick with them. Funny how that shit works. Yep. The agent told Jerry to fuck off. They fucked with him too much. You can only fuck with certain people so much and they're done. I would be like that if I was a pro athlete. Like, dude, I'm putting up numbers. I love playing. I love being here. Fucking pay me. Pay me. Let's do this. Come on. Whatever the guys that I'm better than I'm making, I want more than them. It's how it fucking works. Unless you're at a union job where the guy that sucks because he's been there a little bit longer makes more money than you. And you can't fire him. But I digress. Jerry Jones is more fucking money than probably most of them owners either. They had that dynasty while Emmitt Smith and them guys were there. He was making more fucking money. And he didn't have to pay the guys as much back then. I'm sure he wasn't reporting any of the cash he was fucking making and all that shit. Jerry Jones is one of them good old boys. He can get bent over every chance they get, as far as I'm concerned. Micah Parsons is telling him, kiss my black ass. Good for him.
Yes. If you're looking for the Vikings-Titans game, head to our sister station, New York 55. The following is a presentation of CBS New York. Yours.
See if Justin Fields plays it all tonight. They said he's looked halfway decent through the preseason.
The defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. Watch the sideline. Touchdown, Jets. It's caught for the touchdown. That's a taste of what the Jets are looking for here in 2025. Tonight is the final dress rehearsal, and it's next on CBS New York. Up the preseason here at MetLife, the Jets taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in their annual matchup before the regular season gets underway. Well, he was dominant on the field. He went from the field to the studio, now to the broadcast booth. Yeah, he could sack the quarterback. He could stop the run. He could turn a phrase. And now we welcome him to the CBS broadcast family. He is J.J. Watt. Just so great to have you here. Where'd you get that jacket, by the way?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Took it from your closet. It's a little snug. Best part about being in the booth is I'm not going to wake up sore tomorrow unless you get upset at me.
It could get physical later. We'll see how it evolves here. JJ, this New York Jets team, high hopes, as we know, for this 2025 season. We know what's going to happen at the quarterback position with Justin Fields getting the start this year, but he's not going to play tonight.
Hey.
And there's some questions as to how this is going to play out at the QB position.
Yeah, and I think the questions are a little bit bigger because of the Tyrod Taylor situation. We don't know exactly how long he's going to be out. So the two guys battling tonight, Adrian Martinez and Brady Cook, could be battling to be QB2 for opening night, which makes it much more intriguing. Brady's going to get the start. Adrian will get plenty of snaps, but it'll be fun to watch.
Cook's the rookie out of Missouri. Martinez has a little more experience now in his second year from Kansas State.
I remember him at Kansas
It's an area
State.
where the Jets knew they had to improve. I think there's a general consensus they're going to be a lot better in that area.
Yeah, they've clearly put resources into it. They've drafted first rounders, second rounders. They bring in Simpson. They have 0 sacks allowed this preseason, but this group is going to need to set the tone for the Aaron Glenn identity. This is going to be a running team, and he wants to be a physical, violent team, and this offensive line is going to have to lead the way.
Regular season is 2 weeks away. Darren Moody
I don't know anyone on the offensive line of the Jets. Holy shit.
recognizing they needed to get
Young
better
team.
stopping the run up front. Shawan Briggs acquired from Cleveland, a defensive tackle, and then a bigger name from the Minnesota Vikings that is probably going to step in and start, in fact.
Yeah, I think Harrison Phillips is a great addition for this team. Their interior defensive line hasn't been great stopping the run so far this year. They need a partner for
Holy shit,
Williams.
he's a big
Harrison
dude.
Phillips is a phenomenal pickup for this team. He has great run-stopping ability, and the 1-2 punch with him and Quinnen is going to be very good in that middle of the defense.
Next week, every team in the NFL will be clipping their roster down to 53. Tonight, it's about opportunity for some of the second and third teams. We'll have all the action coming up.
Wonder if the Eagles are going to play anyone. See if there's anything on the pregame for Atlanta and Dallas yet. Nothing as of right now. See if I can find the pregame show for the Vikings. Titans. Nope, nothing yet. Oh, here we go. We got something before the game kicks off with Philly and the Jets. Falcons, Cowboys pregame.
And that is the current situation at the nickel corner spot. Two guys, both young, both inexperienced
like a Dallas
in their own
station.
different ways, fighting for the same spot. We'll start with one end of the battle at the moment, and it's Keemon Hall, the corner out of the University of North Texas. In the middle of an ongoing battle for the starting nickel spot is an unlikely face, Keemon Hall. Los Angeles, Minnesota, New Orleans, San Francisco, and Dallas were each a stop for Hall, some on multiple occasions, as he tried to find a home on NFL practice squads and special teams units since his career began in 2019. But this year, with the Cowboys, he has now worked his way to his biggest opportunity thus far.
I haven't been in this position, my whole career, in the NFL. So it's cool to be able, to stay the course and be able to work to this position, because the dream is being a starter on defense.
After spending 7 seasons touring the league, multiple injuries in the cornerback room have allowed for extra snaps and playmaking moments in training camp. A very different
He looks
roster
good.
situation than his.
Let's go back to the Eagles, Jets. Kickoff coming right at you.
Any of the other 30 teams in the NFL, these guys know it. They're playing for their futures.
Kick is fielded by Corley at the 6. At a running lane, lunges across the 30-yard line, and that's where the Jets will open up after the 28-yard return. Brady Cook saw a lot of him against Green Bay in week 1 of the preseason. Last week in the loss to the Giants, Cook went 6 of 11, 74 yards with a touchdown. They've been really impressed with how he has processed
See what Brady
the
Cook
offense
can do.
and has carried himself.
Yeah, obviously he gets to start here tonight. They've seen Adrian Martinez all last year on the practice squad, so they feel like they have a little bit of an idea what that looks like. Let Brady Cook have some snaps tonight to see what he looks like starting with this offense.
Right out of the gate, let Brady Cook.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, that's a theme. First down for the Jets at the 33. Running game to
Nice little run. Oh, he took some
spin
shots.
move with a late flag down as he's brought down
Philly's
to the
hitting.
9-yard line. 6-yard pickup. Carl Sheffers is our referee.
Number 65, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
As mentioned, not going to see the starters here, so Xavier Newman, one of the backup offensive linemen, called for the hold right out of the gate for New York.
This offensive line is going to be a key. Obviously, we don't have the starters in tonight, but the Jets want to be a physical, violent team. Aaron Glenn has said that. They're going to have to set the tone. Clearly, the run game right out of the gate.
And JJ, one starter is in. It's Armand Membu, who's the rookie out of Missouri, played with Brady Cook. So obviously they want to get him a few more reps before the regular season gets underway in 2 weeks. Shotgun for Cook on a 1st and 20. It's got an outlet and makes the connection as he hits Jeremy Rucker for 4 yards. All right, tonight's offensive players to watch brought to you by Honda.
We have Kene Wangu. We want to see him. He's been great on special teams. He's in there at running back. We saw him get the carry on the first one. It's him. It's Donovan Edwards. We'll see what that backfield looks like, but he's been a great kick returner. And then Arian Smith. They talk about his speed. It's been all about his speed. There have been drop concerns in the past. Supposedly he's been catching great balls in practice and working on those things, but we're looking forward to seeing his speed used today.
And you wonder if there's still a move up their sleeve at the wide receiver position. Pump and throw.
Incomplete.
This is off the intended receiver, Wangu. So the sidearm toss is incomplete, and the Jets are going to face a 3rd and long.
Hi, and you talk about that receiver position and possibly
Philly,
making a move.
their defense, even though it's not their starters, I don't think
name guy that you're doing if you're kind of one piece
are
away.
flying
I'm
around.
not sure necessarily that this Jets team is that one piece away. So as you look towards the future, I'm just not sure it's that move at the moment.
Garrett Wilson, of course, the clear number 1, and then questions at that number 2 spot.
Run up the middle.
It's Wangu, carries a defender with him, and tackled at the 34, gain of 7.
4th down. It's a great example there of, obviously here we got the guys looking.
It's going to be a long year for the Jets.
With Garrett Wilson. Who can be that number 2? Who can be that number 3? They've got Josh Reynolds. They've got Tyler Johnson. They've got Alan Lazard. And we'll see who.
Jets are going to have a rough year if guys don't step up.
Against Green Bay. Austin McNamara was very busy last week
3
against
and
the
out.
Giants.
Oh,
Gets blasted on special teams.
big
They
hit.
tried to make a move upfield. Nothing doing. 42-yard punt.
Right.
No return. And
I know.
hit by the rookie Malachi Moore.
I can't stand him either.
Just a beautiful play. That gets you fired up. It gets the defense fired up. It gets everybody on the team ready to roll. Those are the type of hits that leave a mark.
No
and
doubt.
Also leave an impression on the coaching staff as they try and make decisions.
Big hit by Moore on the punt return by Philly. I'm surprised he didn't call for a fair catch. That was stupid. I don't think Philly's got any starters going. Let's see what they have to say. 1st and 10 from the Jets. From the Philadelphia 24. Shotgun. Complete. Gain of about 13.
By John Mechie. Just acquired by the Eagles from Houston. It covers 14 yards. McCord was the transfer from Ohio State that put up huge numbers last year as part of the Renaissance Project under Fran Brown at Syracuse. McCord threw for 4,779
I heard of this kid.
yards,
He had a good
34
senior
touchdowns,
season.
12 picks for the Orange.
And you love seeing him just anticipate. The receiver coming out of the break gets the ball out quick. Nice start for them.
Montreal Johnson Jr. He rumbles for 2. Philadelphia has not played a whole lot of starters through this preseason, and why should they?
Why would
I'm
you?
sure that's part of the mentality when you got Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, and you're the defending champions.
Yeah,
I think
they've
Philly
kept
might
guys
repeat.
relatively healthy over the years, so clearly they've got a system that's
If Philly's
working. They
healthy,
practice hard. They do
I think
it
they
right.
repeat.
And when you win a Super Bowl, you decide how you're going to do things, and everybody else watches to see what they can copy.
They have some young players that are only going to get better.
Against the Dallas Cowboys. McCord gets rid of it, throws too high, bounces off the hand of Mechie.
Philly might be setting up for like a dynasty.
So let's check out our defensive players to watch, brought to you by Honda.
Quantez Stiggers, the cornerback for the Jets.
I think the next 4 or 5 years, Philadelphia's going to be in the mix.
Guys on the outside looking to help bolster that pass defense. And then Leonard Taylor III. Last season, he had 24 tackles and 1.5 sacks, but he's made some splash plays. He's shown up, TFLs, sacks, push in the pocket. Let's see what he can do tonight to see if he can solidify that room that just added 2 more D tackles to it, making it much more difficult.
Shotgun.
3rd down and 7. Shotgun here from McCord. Straight back.
Uh-oh, that's a hold.
Fading. Hits his
It was short anyway.
the line to gain a 9.
Should have been a fucking flag.
Second year wideout from
That was a terrible hold. I can't believe they didn't catch it.
They had some pressure coming off the edge there, but
Yeah.
they had a little underneath route coming to slide just behind the defensive line as they rushed up the field. If you watch the left side of your screen, 55 with some good pressure. But McCord finds that underneath route.
So Philly with only 1 first down, they're going to kick. Atlanta, Dallas coming up in a minute. Vikings, someone coming up in a minute. About 8 o'clock. Vikings, Titans. That channel still has fucking Wheel of Fortune on. Hopefully it goes over to the game soon.
In the lights, recovers for New York.
Oh, man. Philly stripped the ball. New York got lucky and recovered it. No score. New York will take back over deep in their own territory.
He's looking to control it.
I just wanted to make the 53-man roster, honestly. I just wanted to be able to be a part of the team. I know this has been my dream my whole life, and I feel like it's no longer a dream, it's reality, so it's good to be here.
Now, Kyle, Mickey, I mean, you guys remember Jordan Lewis, one of the best tacklers on this team last year, and how much of a dog he was, one of the best tacklers, like I mentioned, but I feel like Zion gives that kind of Jordan Lewis-esque type of vibes, right? He's aggressive in his play style. He's a great tackler sometimes. Now, Shotty did mention he does get a little dirty eyes in coverage, but, I mean, he's got good instincts for a rookie. There's a lot of upside for Zion, for sure.
And that might be the difference between him and Keemon Hall. Hall, who's been in the league for since 2019, then you've got a rookie. Does that play a factor when you look at the way that this could shake out tonight?
Well, I think Zion's got some experience playing in the nickel. I kind of jumped in on Nicole's interview with him the other night, and I asked him, I said, so how much have you played nickel at Kentucky? And he said, well, I started off as a safety. And he goes, I was so far from the ball. So I went up to head coach Mark Stoops and then said, can I play closer to the line of scrimmage? And he said, all right, you're the nickel back. So he ended up playing that season as a nickel. And you know what I like about him? Kind of his attitude. It's not cocky, but it's confident. And if you're going to play cornerback in this league, you got to be confident, because you're going to get beat. You just need to make some plays.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the big things going into the...
Let's check out Philly and the Jets. Jets from their own 11. Big formation, 2 tight ends, 2 wides. Single back handoff. Up the middle, nice run. Gain of about 7.
With it, but it's
flag on the play again. Another hold.
And it's Membu who is called on the...
None of the starters are out there for New York, but bad look. Both of their drives start with a holding penalty. Not good. 1st and 20. It won't be 1st and 20 because they're inside their own 10, but it'll be 1st and 15. Anyone goes down in that Jets line already is suspect. Good luck.
Position in the backup role. Here's Cook.
Oh, almost picked.
Incomplete. He was looking for Arian Smith, too hot to handle, 2nd and 15.
Yeah, it's a great question, Ian, because like you said, you look at these 2 guys that are going to play the majority of the snaps tonight, and then you also look at that market out there. Yes. You see what other quarterbacks are out there. Is somebody we need to bring in? But obviously it all depends on exactly what Tyrod is dealing with and how long they believe he's going to be out.
And that's part of this equation for GMs. It's not as simple as just finding your 53. You're scanning the entire league. The waiver wire becomes such a key component if you can improve your roster.
2nd and 15.
16-man practice squads.
2. They got doubles to the right. Handoff.
You get the extra point.
Nothing really. 4 or 5.
Eagles were ready for him. And he's dropped at the 10-yard line after a gain of 4.
Yeah, it's such a great point. It's definitely something that players are thinking about this time of the year. Like we talked about a little bit early on, you're not only auditioning for these 2 teams, you're auditioning for the entire NFL, because you can get picked up, you can get traded, you can get signed somewhere else. It's this game, while sometimes for the fans may not hold as much meaning, inside that locker room, there is a ton of meaning. You're going to see these starters standing up on the sidelines cheering hard for these guys that they've seen all training camp long, working so hard.
They're down on 11 now for New York. Cook making sure everybody's on the same page. Play clock was winding down. Deep drop. Step and throw. It's
dangerous.
Short of the sticks. Wangu. They pick up just 2 yards through the air.
That was ugly.
McNamara once again.
I'm glad I'm not a Jets fan. I'll tell you that right now. Yikes. Not that the Patriots looked much better last night, but shit. This is terrible. I'd rather watch the cats play the piano for the commercials. Here's the one I like the most. I found it. I find this shit hilarious. This is I'd rather watch this than the Jets. I'm so glad I found that. That's the one I wanted to show you. That shit's hilarious. I don't give a fuck what no one says. That's some funny shit. That shit was funnier than Happy Gilmore too. Sorry, not sorry. Boy, I am glad I'm not a Jets fan. Even though these are the backups, they look fucking god awful. Ugh. They're all gonna get mad at Aaron Glenn too when they stop fucking falling apart. Oh, he was supposed to be the new coach. I don't get the vibe from Aaron Glenn I did from the Patriots coach last year.
Underneath Javonte Williams, we have a good idea that it could be Jaden Blue, film off of Fighting for a Spot. Miles Sanders fighting for a spot, who is unavailable tonight, but I'm excited to see that man right there, Jaden Blue, the rookie out of Texas, his first in-game preseason action. He's an electrifying runner. I think he'll have a couple electrifying takes tonight, and I hope he has the opportunity to do what he was doing in training camp that last week before he got hurt. This guy was running between the tackles, and he was running with explosion. I know he's fast, but he gets going fast, and if you can do that at the running back position, you got a spot on my team. He may be a star in that backfield for the Cowboys when it's all said and done, and this might be the first look we have at him in a Cowboys backfield. Here on Countdown to Kickoff. Thanks for joining us through the 3 preseason games. The first one at SoFi, these last 2 at AT&T Stadium. Mickey, it's always a pleasure. You're a legend in my book. We've done these shows for 5 years now and been a part of these preseason broadcasts for 5 years now, and it's one of my highlights of my entire year. Well, don't ask me how long I've been doing it, okay? A little bit longer than 5 years, but we appreciate Roxanne Medina and our entire crew behind the scenes. When we come
Philly with the ball at about the 40-yard line.
For the 3 spot with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the former Cleveland Brown and UCLA Bruin. McCord on a handoff, and running play right into a crowd. It's Montrell Johnson Jr., who's brought down by Malachi Moore. 2-yard pickup. So we didn't even see Tanner McKee in preseason game number 2. Not seeing him tonight, the backup for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see a backup quarterback not play a preseason game week 2 or week 3 because he's that good that they don't want to put him out there. Yeah. And that's what the Eagles have in Tanner McKee. There's belief all around the league that he could be a starting quarterback one day. So they sat him in week 2, which is unusual.
Scans.
Ooh, that was a bad pass.
Was errant offline in the vicinity of Johnson, but coverage from
McCord don't look too hot on this drive. Ugh, that was a bad pass. Jets almost had a pick 6.
Where maybe they got to make some decisions. This defensive line now, because of the 2 new acquisitions, you might have guys that thought 3 days ago they were good, and now might be questioning whether or not there's one spot left.
Such is life in the NFL. Yeah. It is a business at the end of the day. Like you said, you come in one day and you're looking at the numbers, thinking, all right, I might have a shot. And then you come in the next day, boom.
There you go.
Wide open. Kylan Granson.
Nice fake.
As he breaks a tackle.
Nice job by the tight end.
Philadelphia in business in Jets territory on a 19-yard pass play.
Good job on the board here, looking around, just seeing what happens, and it looks like we might have just a little bit of a coverage bust right out here. We got the tight end just slipping out into the flat. He finds him nice right up the sideline. Good little game.
Granson is a former Indianapolis Colt. McCord got a live arm, and Philadelphia is inside the Jets' 40. New set of downs to work with. McCord to sling it again. For Willie. Caught from behind. McCord could not break away. So the Jets got Peyton Page in the backfield, and he makes the play for the sack. Good little rush. Always feels great to get a nice sack early on. Just power. He just goes straight up the middle with some power.
Good job by
Rips off inside and tracks him down for the sack.
Good hustle.
Oh, a little double thumbs down celebration. Nothing more disrespectful than a thumbs down, Ryan. Take me back to your preseason debut. What was going on through your mind and your body? I warmed up harder than anybody's ever warmed up for a game. I was way too tired for the first play of the game because you treat it like the Super Bowl. Your adrenaline, your excitement, everything is just jacked up. McCord with a deep ball.
Oh, he dropped it.
Johnson, the intended target, and another thumbs down.
That wasn't a terrible throw.
We mentioned it. Here you are, JJ. Preseason debut against the New York Jets. It was on Monday Night Football. That's why I was so excited to play. And it's kind of funny. My agent texted me before this game and said, break a leg. And I said, actually, in my first preseason game against the Jets, I broke a guy's leg, unfortunately. On that play, I rolled into a guy. Felt terrible about it. But yeah, I was so excited to play and just so amped up. And I warmed up for like 3 hours. You ever break a stat person's leg? I'm more worried about you breaking my leg at some point here. If I say something wrong, maybe about the cues, I don't know.
See if they can kick a field goal from here. 4th and long coming up for the Eagles. Might be a field goal range. See if they give the kicker some work. I would hope they do. That's all he has to do.
Incredibly professional in your preseason broadcast.
Hope you guys having a good Friday. What's popping?
Everybody's asking me about this gig and how excited I am. I just tell them I'm working with Iron Eagle. I know I'm
Jake Elliott's been a good
one of the
kicker.
best in the business, brother, and I'm very excited.
So far.
Ditto. It's going to be a blast. And that's a blast from Elliott for 51 yards.
51 yards.
On the board.
Bailey snuck it through. Well done. Elliott puts the Eagles up 3-0. We got Atlanta, Dallas coming up, as well as a couple other games. Minnesota versus the Titans, hopefully coming up any minute. Supposed to be. Cowboys having huge problems trying to sign Micah Parsons. Jerry got into it with the fucking agent of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons' agent supposedly told Jerry to stick his offer up his ass. And Jerry Jones obviously didn't like that too much. That's what Jerry said anyway. For whatever the fuck that's worth. Lying old fucking cracker. Eight o'clock, these games are supposed to go on. Hopefully I can grab them. And then we got Kansas City, Chicago at 8:20 or 8:30. But man, I'm glad I'm not a Jets fan. I'll tell you that right now.
fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy for just $7.49. For crunch time in no time.
For the first points of the night. So Philadelphia will kick off, the dynamic kickoff. If it indeed goes into the end zone and the Jets down it, it's coming out to the 35-yard line. That's the change that was made by the NFL this year. We'll see if it affects the percentages of teams that decide to just take it or try to return it, or teams that now try to place it, which the Eagles just did on a bounce.
Some taking the lead felt significant injury.
And Corley is dropped at the 27. That's a 22-yard return. Right now, let's go to Otis Livingston, the Hyundai sideline report.
All right, Ian, just to expound on what you guys were talking about earlier, the tight race between Adrian Martinez and Brady Cook. Aaron Glenn spoke so highly of both of them and how the training camp has been going for both of them. He said he loved the way Martinez ran that 2-minute against the Giants, ending the half on their terms, getting a field goal. And speaking of Brady Cook, he talked about his toughness. He got his ankle stepped on in practice. He said, take me up. He's not going to squander any opportunity to compete for the job.
Yeah, Goff is a highly competitive individual. Good turn by Smith. So a blast by Smith to turn the corner and turn it into a 9.5-yard gain, depending on the spot.
And that's the speed that we were talking about. You listen to the coaches, you listen to Tanner Engstrand talk about Aaron Smith, and it's speed, speed, speed. You give it to him on a jet sweep, let him get out there on the edge, and he was able to turn the corner and get upfield.
And JJ, they give him 10, so that is a first down for New York. They know he's an explosive weapon.
Change the play.
Questions obviously will come how he develops as a route runner in the regular season with first team defenders going against him.
Stop for a loss.
Longu, Philadelphia was ready for him. It's a loss of 2. Quick programming note to share. If you're joining us right now, we're expecting to see the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans matchup.
We're going to check that game out right now, as well as the Cowboys Falcons. I've seen enough of the Jets for the rest of the year. Didn't get to see much. Got to see some of their backups. A couple guys that might get starter type time. But no one really playing in that game. We'll see if anyone plays in Minnesota, Tennessee, as well as Atlanta, Dallas. Just a quick little preseason football night.
Happy to be a Viking. So happy to be a part of this organization.
The Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
I want to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
He's literally passes than any Division I quarterback in.
I'm on ready to start. That's a good starting point for the builder.
There is the future for the Tennessee Titans. The #1 overall pick in the draft, Cam Ward, will start tonight as Tennessee welcomes Minnesota. And hi, everyone. Alongside Jason McCourty and Charles Davis, I'm Andrew Catalan. AJ Ross will join us coming up. We are so excited to kick off the 66th season of the NFL on CBS. And let's get right to it. Charles, we'll start with you. You've announced the first 2 Titans preseason games. You've spent all summer with Cam Ward. What are your takeaways so far?
Let's go back to the journey, right? 0-star recruit out of high school, but he excelled at every level, which got him to the #1 overall pick in the draft. Now what you get to see here in Tennessee, a guy with intelligence, big arm, great mobility, drive, and uber confident in everything he does. The #1 thing he wants to do, push the ball downfield. So expect Brian Callahan to call some of those shots tonight and then see if he handles it well.
He's a
Because
rookie.
if he
Let him
doesn't,
play.
then there's more work to be done before they get to Denver. But so far in the preseason, he's done quite well.
For Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy will not play tonight. However, there is still some quarterback intrigue for the Vikings. They have not settled on a backup quarterback. And Jason, Max Brosmer, the rookie, has looked good so far.
And Charles, you mentioned a journey for Max Brosmer. It started at...
And Joe Milton III's playing for Dallas. I can't wait. I hope Atlanta plays some starters. Joe Milton III's a great athlete. He's not a starting pro quarterback. Everyone got souped off him last year because he beat the Bills practice squad like the last week of the season for New England, which fucked us out of the first overall pick. So he can go fuck himself. But we might watch him get beat up a little bit tonight, hopefully. He might look like a superstar, too. Depends who Atlanta puts on the field. And I don't think Penix Jr. is playing, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. We're going to keep an eye on the Vikings-Titans game to start.
Their own formidable defense in practice daily. So tonight is the perfect opportunity for some of these young guys to show and prove they deserve one of these roster spots, guys.
And they'll have to do it on a warm evening in Nashville, AJ. 89 degrees at kickoff.
Wow. Almost 90 degrees in Nashville right now. Vikings going to receive the kick. Cam Ward is playing. We're going to check him out.
The preseason game of 2025 for both these teams. It is Scott on the return across the 30 and up to the 32-yard line. A return of 30 yards for the second-year running back from Maine. And there is Max Brosmer. First 5 years at New Hampshire. Last year, a Gopher at Minnesota, went 8-5. And he has really impressed Kevin O'Connell and his coaching staff so far this summer.
And O'Connell talked about he's earned the right to get more playing time. Now in the third preseason game, the final audition, he's getting his opportunity to be the starter.
They're fighting for a backup quarterback.
Xavier Scott gets the start at running back. Brosmer to the air on first down and
horrible.
Looking for Lucky Jackson.
That was terrible.
There's a couple of offensive players for the Vikings to keep an eye on tonight.
You're looking at guys that have an opportunity to really go out there and make this team. You're looking at Xavier Scott. He has been playing really well, catching the ball out of the backfield. And then Ty Felton. AJ talked about the wide receiver competition with everything going on behind Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. Look out for these two guys to try to shine tonight.
There is Justin Jefferson. Vikings not playing their starters tonight.
Shotgun.
As Kevin O'Connell told us, got some good work in practice on Thursday, and that was good enough for the starters. As
little dink and dunk for 4.
Makes the catch and picks up 5 yards. Cedric Gray on the tackle, and Cedric Gray is one of the players we're keeping an eye on tonight.
One of the big battles for Tennessee on defense. Who's going to play opposite Cody Barton at inside linebacker? Cedric Gray getting the start again this evening. Has played awfully well in the 2 preseason games. He's a big thumper in the run game. And James Williams Sr., his competition for that spot, a former safety who's moved forward to linebacker. He covers the pass well, but he's also shown that he can use his pads in the run game too.
3rd down and 5 for Brosmer and the Vikings. Play clock down to 3.
Shotgun.
Brosmer fires over the middle.
Nice catch.
First down.
Good
That's
throw.
Lucky Jackson, one of those receivers in the mix for
well
Minnesota. A pickup of 10.
2 things right off the top, Jason. Lucky Jackson has to continue to do that. He's had some drops in recent weeks. But Max Brosmer, who you talked about at the top, two plays not great to start off, comes right back and puts it right on him, doesn't he?
And that's the confidence that the offensive staff has in him. 3 straight plays they chose to go to the air and put the ball in his hands, and making those quick decisions is what got him this opportunity to start.
Off to Scott. Slips 1 tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage. So Kevin O'Connell telling us, look, there's a reason that we've played all 3 quarterbacks behind J.J. McCarthy. Sam Howell has struggled this summer. We've talked about Brosmer, and we should see Brett Rippon tonight as well. You think they're going to keep
stats
3?
are pretty decent.
I don't think so.
Besides the one
think about Brett Rippon was here, and they traded for Sam Howell, so the patient for him to come and be the guy behind J.J. McCarthy.
2nd and 9 for the Vikings.
The way Brosmer has played has made them open their eyes.
Pitch to Scott, trying the right side. Flag is down as
halfback toss for about a yard. Flag on the play. Titans are playing some starters tonight. Holding on the Vikings. Back it up. Philadelphia is still up 3-0. Nothing but scrubs in that game. Atlanta versus Dallas is just starting. Dallas got the ball first. Penix isn't playing. For the Falcons, we'll check some of that game out too. I want to see Joe Milton, how he looks. Because everyone swore he was the second coming of RG3 because of one game last year with New England.
Tackle, and now he's moved back to outside linebacker.
Second and 19, shotgun.
Second down and 19, quick pass.
Wide receiver.
Thomas, and Thomas crosses the 40.
On the screen.
Sebastian Joseph Day from Jason's alma mater of Rutgers makes the tackle.
Andrew, I was waiting for you to say that. I didn't question whether you knew it because I know you're always on top of everything. I was just waiting for my guy Bash to make a play out there.
It makes it easier
Third
when I
and
bring up
very long.
later in the broadcast. To get
Shotgun
Rutgers out of
full
the way
wide.
first. Third down and long for Brosmer. It's a screen. Scott.
All screens.
And he cannot get away. So it was Cedric Gray who made the initial hit, and then Jarvis Brownlee finished him off. And Gray was so close to making this a terrific play. Number 51, watch him in blue. What is the number one thing he's got to work on? Pass coverage, but he plays it really well. And if he makes the tackle out in open field where he's supposed to, that's like a double plus, isn't it, Jason, on the grade sheet? But in any event, Cedric Gray was in the right spot and helped foil the play.
Vikings punter competition is open. Ryan Wright gets the first opportunity tonight, battling Oscar Chapman in camp. And the deep man for the Titans is DK. Calls for a fair catch and then lets it go out of bounds. With 11:02 to go in the first quarter, Cam Ward coming out on the field for Tennessee on a hot night.
We'll check out Cam Ward after the commercial. Let's check out Dallas, Atlanta.
Mozzie Smith, first-round draft pick from a couple of years ago.
He has a lot to prove, Bill. You talk about a first-rounder in his third year playing in the third preseason game, which is now the last preseason game, and lets you know exactly where they stand with him. He has to prove that he can make an impact on a game and not just be another player.
To Nick Nash inside the 40-yard line, and the Falcons are in business in the Cowboys' end of the field.
Nice catch by
Nash.
Nash.
Is getting loose already. See, they have opportunity to sit back here in the pocket. Easton Stick just comes off the play action. Nice little boot. Great pocket. He's able to sit up there and drive the curl route in the middle.
Nice
like
throw, completion. Dallas's defense struggling.
Otherwise, you'll be able to throw that route on air all day long.
Pick up of 24
nice, that's awesome.
To Nash out of San Jose.
Hope you had a good week.
Huge year last year in college. Four-man rush, and in trouble is Stick, and he is brought down. And it is that man who has shined many times during this preseason for the Cowboys. Coming
I'm
on
having a Diet Coke and Bacardi.
James Houston will be over here on the left side of your screen. He's working in tandem over here
I've
with
been trying to lose weight, so I got to be careful what I eat and drink. But I'm having one myself tonight.
Underneath does a good job of getting in there and making a big play.
That bun too.
Not bad on the first drive with preseason game number 3 to make sure that you pop off the film.
It's the second sack.
Checking out some preseason football, just chilling. Been trying to lose weight. I made videos about that. Cover a lot of sports. I thought more people would be interested in hanging out tonight, but it's a Friday night. Summer's almost over. And I'm just kind of hanging at home, doing what I got to do to lose this weight. So I figured I'd go live and check out some preseason football. Have a cocktail, smoke a little something. But I think all my homies are out partying, which is cool. Good for them. 3rd and 6 for the Falcons. They might be in later. Yeah, no doubt. And I got to stay home right now. My mom had a surgery, so I can't really leave for too long because I'm trying to take care of her. So I'm just chilling. Chilling like a villain. Not eating junk food. Smoking a little bud. I had a bunch of people in here earlier. It died out. But listening to the games. Talking sports. Talking about whatever. Let's check out Cam Ward right now for the Titans. I haven't seen him play much besides highlights.
Iomane, those guys have shined, and they're going to have to, opposite Calvin Ridley, showing that they can be productive at the wide receiver position.
Keep an eye on Iomane.
I like that.
I see what you did there. Regular season. I finally called up.
2nd and 6. Ward
gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Then scooped up. No, that was incomplete. Tyler Lockett, the intended target. Good pressure up front by Jay Ward, the third-year safety out of LSU, as we take a closer look at this Minnesota defense.
Nice maximum.
And as you noted at the top, they're not playing their starters, but Gabe Murphy has been a nice job rushing off of the edge.
Even if you want, that's dope.
Tyreon Ingram Dawkins, a 5th-round pick out of Georgia, didn't get
I'm
best
still losing weight.
And Theo
Please
Jackson
like, share, subscribe if you can.
Tennessee. He's a guy they can use all over the defense, and they expect to get much better play out of him this season. Jackson, a former Titan, as Cam Ward is looking at 3rd down and 6.
I feel you, brother. That's why I'm trying to get back into it.
Nobody there, and it just runs.
Damn, Cam Ward just runs out of bounds, gain of a yard. Horrible play. Ugh. Titans could have some issues this year, too. They might be hard to watch. Yeah, I didn't go for none of that shit either. Between that and then what the Patriots did to Brady, I only played my freshman year. I was going to play my sophomore year too, but I was very good at soccer. I was like extremely good at soccer where I had to play soccer. If I didn't fuck up, I would have went to college for free, but I fucked up. I got in trouble. I had some teachers that were horrible people, that were just rotten teachers that fucked with me. I had a lot of shit going on in my life. But yeah, I played football for a year. And I was going to keep playing. I was getting really good at it. And then I was just too good at I was too good at soccer. It was too stupid for me to stop playing football at that point. I was just way too good at soccer. It was like stupid that I even switched sports because people thought it would translate to football. And it would have, but the coaches were kind of funky and shit. So I just went back to soccer. But I know enough about football where I can talk about it and know what the fuck coverage they're in. I know offenses, defenses, formations. Not a very good first drive for Cam Ward. Let's check out Joe Milton III, expatriate that everyone thinks is going to be a stud. First down, handoff up the middle, gain of 1. Maybe 2. Joe Milton's a hell of an athlete. I just don't think he's a starting quarterback, at least not right now. He makes bad decisions.
Tonight, Jalen Brooks also at receiver. Deuce Vaughn starting, but you will see Jaden Blue, the 5th-round draft pick out of Texas tonight for the first time this preseason. Second down, there's Vaughn again. Not much running room out to the 45-yard line.
Deuce was trying to get loose on that one, Bill. One of those guys, he's like the magic man. Now you see me, now you don't. He's a smaller guy, about 5'6".
Did you see him at first?
No, I don't even think you see him at first. He just pops out and shows something. Deuce Vaughn hides behind those big offensive linemen. He's quick, he's agile, he's powerful. He has low center of gravity, great balance. He just needs more opportunities.
And he's gotten it in the past couple of years. In the 3rd preseason game, he's had big nights. We'll see if that holds true again tonight.
Milton scrambling.
And Milton's got the first down. Inside the Falcons' end of the field. And Brian Schottenheimer on countdown to kickoff tonight talked about the fact that Joe Milton needs to use his legs more.
Yeah, Joe Milton uses his legs, but we just finished talking about Deuce Vaughn.
Please subscribe. Come hang out.
One of the smaller backs
If you
steps
want.
up and takes a good block
Nice
on
to
the
get some
linebacker
new
that was coming
people in
through.
here.
Joe Milton is able to utilize his assets, which is obviously his size and his speed. But way to go for Deuce Vaughn.
Thanks for
5'6",
checking me out.
maybe, sitting up there and taking a big hit by the linebacker to protect his QB.
Picked up 9 yards.
Oh shit! Nice block.
Deuce.
Good run.
Near the first down marker. Nice pickup by Deuce Vaughn on his 3rd carry of the night.
See what happens. You take care of your QB, they come back and they reward you. Does a good job of setting up his blocks. You guys are going to see him press it to the outside, and then he puts his skirts on and going up here, cut up inside, is able to make a couple guys look like they're silly. Man, I'm telling you, that dude is somebody that you want on your roster, whether it's the Dallas Cowboys or whether it's another team. We've seen what smaller backs have done in this league when utilized correctly.
At 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Nice pass. That was good from Milton.
For the first down.
That's what I would like to see out of my guy, Joe Milton. Sit in the pocket,
That
get
was
to
good.
the base of your drop, find out what the coverage is, and then drive the ball. Everybody knows that you can run. Everybody knows that you have a powerful arm. Utilize the system and let the system work for you. You don't have to make
That
no
was one of
crazy
the
plays.
better-
When it's time to make a play, that
better
time will present
throws I've
itself.
seen
Outside
Milton
of that,
his entire
play within
career.
the confines of the system.
Second first down of this opening possession for the Cowboys at the Falcons 26. With time, throws deep over the middle.
Ooh, he had him.
So looking for Ryan Flo.
He had him.
And just when I give him a great compliment, this is the one play that I would like to see him make.
He had
And the
him.
reason why is because the ball's released too late. At times, when you have a very powerful arm, you sit on plays longer than you should. That ball should have been released as soon as receiver got on the toes of the safety. He waited for the double move to occur. The safety
let
had
it
already
go.
turned his back, started running with the receiver, and the ball was late, which means you have less runway to the back of the end zone. That play has to be released earlier, and if so, you give your receiver a better opportunity of making a play.
Yep. Both sides.
One dead as Falcon comes
That's
across
a full
early.
stop. I think it's on Atlanta though. I didn't see no one flinch.
Zone infraction, number 92 defense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, second down. But it's one of the more difficult things, speaking about Milton, Bill, from somebody who used to have a relatively strong arm. I can throw the ball 80 yards. Joe Milton can throw it 90 plus. Okay, so trust me, there's an understanding of your capabilities, and sometimes it's so difficult to not rest assured on your abilities. You have to trust the system. This game at quarterback and passing in the league is a game of timing.
Milton
You
got
have
a
to
drive
trust that
going.
timing.
Nice run. Nice play fake.
Inside the 10-yard line, another nice pickup for Vaughn.
Really nice play fake by Milton. Made it look like a play action when it was a running back draw. Right up the middle. Good running, good blocking, good vision by the running back. Wide receiver comes across, blocks the guy coming in from the secondary.
Makes his decision. He's so elusive. He's explosive. He's
Well
going to get
done.
right past those guys.
And there is a Falcon injured on the play. We're back in just a moment.
Joe Milton looking good on this drive. Let's check out Minnesota, Tennessee. Flag on the field. Minnesota's driving. No score, 7:42 to go in the first.
29, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That is the call
Personal
on the
foul on
second-year
Tennessee.
corner from Louisville. Jason, when you were playing, you didn't have to worry about that. You could do a back body slam them in the whole deal. But whistles are blowing, and they want to get you out of that extra lift and putting you on the ground.
It's a
But I want to go
tackle.
back to J.J. McCarthy because Jason made such a great
That's
point
a
about it.
penalty?
Andrew, you mentioned
What
he's only
the fuck
played
are
one
we
series
playing?
in preseason. But they started
It's not
training
even
him from the
football
time
then.
he got here last year through his injury, all the time that he spends in
That's
time
gonna
with
be a
Kevin,
penalty
with
from
Kevin
now on?
O'Connell, with the offensive staff. They've trained
What
him to
the
be
fuck?
the starter even when he wasn't playing while Sam Darnold was quarterbacking last year.
You can't suplex the dude.
Here is Scott again up the middle.
But
And I
you
love
hit
what
him in the
O'Connell
head.
told us when we met with him earlier this week, that last year was really a redshirt year for J.J. McCarthy. They gave him a lot of assignments. He was basically a student.
He was hurt all year. J.J. McCarthy played a little bit of the preseason and he was hurt all year. Don't make it sound like it was a red shirt year. Stop it. I love how they love the spin shit. Yeah, we'll just spin it around.
Scott is stuffed. Thrown.
I'm not sold on J.G. McCarthy. I got to be honest. I haven't seen enough of him. We got to see him a little bit in the preseason.
One's going to find a way.
I know Justin Jefferson's great, and they got Addison, and they got Naylor. And I think there's issues with a couple of them guys right now as far as injuries or legal problems. But fuck. Let's see if Milton can finish out this drive for the Cowboys. See if Cam Ward comes back out on the field for Tennessee after this Minnesota drive.
So far, it's gone again to the outside.
Nice pitch.
Has room, trying to get to that goal line, and he's close.
You want to talk about speed, elusiveness, explosion. Look at what this.
The young guys Dallas have in look good right now. Nice play by Milton. He's going to run it in. Touchdown. I don't know who the Falcons have on defense, but Milton looked all right. Good drive by him. Minnesota's going to try for a field goal. 4th and 7, 42-yard attempt.
A 42-yard attempt for Will Reichard, who is 6 for 6 so far this summer in the preseason. Out of the hold of Ryan Wright, the punter, and Reichard is good again. We mentioned there's a punting competition, and what goes with that is the holder and making sure that Reichard is comfortable.
The Chiefs should be playing right now, too. Philadelphia's up 6-0 on New York. No one good's really playing in that game anymore, especially. See if we can check out the Bears and Chiefs. That game's starting. Mahomes is playing. I'm telling you, you got to play these guys a little bit. Give them some fucking snaps.
Franchise leader in touchdown passes with 245.
Brady always plays preseason.
Has played very little in the preseason.
Here's Mahomes.
Chiefs Kingdom excited to see him out here playing
Against
at
the
home.
Bears.
Well,
First and 10.
Snaps in the preseason and no snaps last week. It should
Out of the gun.
Get out here and
Even if he hands it off.
Isaiah Pacheco, the ball carrier. And the big guys up front.
You got to give some of these guys just
try and get some of that timing arm before they head down to Brazil and take on the Chargers. I know there's always the concern in the preseason playing and injuries and all that, but
I can't wait for the regular season. Oh, I can't wait.
Especially with that left side of the offensive line that we were just looking at.
Skinnier,
getting your timing down with those guys as well.
Josh Simmons, the first-round pick, the starting left tackle. Mahomes to throw back shoulder.
Nice
play. In and out of the hands there. But a late flag comes in. Looking for Rashee Rice there.
Rice looked good after that injury. Everyone's going to be screaming, what the fuck? You're giving Mahomes all the calls already? I got to show you H-Dog, the cat commercial, after the first time out in this game. After Mahomes goes down the field and scores a touchdown. I love these fucking commercials, dude. I found the commercial I wanted to show you guys the other night. I find it hilarious. I look forward to it. I hope they do it all season long. But I am fucking psyched for the fucking football season. Especially since I've been getting in shape. I feel more fucking psyched. I think I'm producing more fucking testosterone as we get closer to the season.
Here out of Texas Tech, this will be his 8th year as the starter. 7 straight trips to the AFC Championship game, 5 Super Bowl trips, and 3 Super Bowl rings.
That's unbelievable. As a starter, his 7 years as a starter, the worst he's done is the AFC Championship game. Phenomenal.
Play action. Mahomes rolling to his right. Sets up, looking downfield all day to
Chuck
throw.
it.
And now he'll throw it out of bounds.
He got drilled.
Rashee Rice was the intended target. Good defense there from the Bears. And now
for the players to watch, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Kingsley Suamataia is over at left guard. I want to see him. Got to get the run blocking going. It's a new position for him. He was a tackle last year. Get that going on that left side of the line. Rashard Smith, we've already seen in the kickoff.
H-Dog, how much weight have you lost? How far are you into your journey? You guys got to give me updates, man.
He's in a real battle for the final tight end spot and the roster spot on this team.
Mahomes with time again, throws downfield. That's caught. Rashard Smith had it and
dropped it.
Remember, Rashard Smith played most of his college career as a wide receiver.
Beautiful throw.
Last year at SMU, they switched him to running back. You can see him out there running pattern. He looks real natural out there.
Well, we talked to Juju Smith-Schuster this week, and he said, well, like, who has impressed you? What young guys have impressed you from a receiver standpoint? He goes, well, I'm going to tell you a guy that's not even in our receiver room, and that's Rashard Smith. His ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and use him as a weapon in the offense when you get some matchups.
Shotgun.
Juju said he was
Four
very
wide
impressed with what he's
receivers.
seen from him in camp so far.
Pacheco to the left.
For the Chiefs, Mahomes. Again, great protection. Now he'll move to his right. Looking downfield. Pump fake. Now he'll throw late. And is the catch
Look
made?
what?
It's Juju Smith-Schuster. Yes! Juju comes up with the catch. And a little Mahomes magic.
Juju couldn't do shit in the Super Bowl.
Finale as the drive continues.
Well, last year for the Patriots before he got traded.
With his feet, buying time, and then of course what he's done his entire career, the accuracy when he's on the move.
Mahomes looking left, moving to his left, will throw, and he just gets rid of that.
That was a horrible throw.
Xavier Worthy was the closest receiver.
He wanted to get rid of it.
So much focus is on that left side of the line. You talked about it, Trev. You got Josh Simmons, Kingsley Suamataia. These are such critical snaps, and really, for the big picture, finding the long-term answer at left tackle. They really hope that the first-round pick, Josh Simmons, is that long-term answer.
Well, they think they got a steal with him. Getting him as late in the first round as they were able to get him. They thought he was a top 10, top 15 talent. The fact that he was still there when they picked, they're excited about his future and excited about how training camp of this.
Shotgun.
Second and 10. It's Rashard Smith.
Ooh, just shy.
First and goal for the Chiefs. Jaquan Brisker makes the tackle for Chicago.
Chiefs making it look easy.
Well, there's no doubt Dave Tobe was telling us the truth. He said, we're going to give him some touches in the return game and look for him to get a handful of touches on offense because we need to find out what he can do and how we can utilize him.
I can't stand him, but he's good.
So, he really came up with a tough catch-up
He's not good, he's great.
With the big first-down conversion.
It's going to be him and Brady when it's all said and done.
Kareem Hunt in the game. First
Brady
and goal
above
at
him.
the 3. The give is to Hunt, and Hunt will push the pile, but we'll call it a gain of a half yard. The line of scrimmage will be the 2-yard line.
I like the Chiefs playing some starters in this game. Showing some grit.
Well, here comes Pacheco. Hunt going out of the game. A healthy Isaiah Pacheco is really going to benefit this offense.
Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco is a beast
having that 1-2 combo.
when he's healthy.
Kareem Hunt, that's a good duo right there. So second and goal from the 2. Pacheco is the running back. Looks like Mahomes is changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Pacheco gonna run this bitch in.
And the give is to Pacheco, and he's in for 6. Touchdown Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco, 2-yard touchdown run. Great start for the Chiefs.
Well, you give the contract extension to Trey Smith to make him the highest paid guard in the NFL. You're down inside the 5.
That's probably all you're going to see out of the Chiefs starters. Let's check out Cam Ward. Is he in still? I hope so after that horrible first drive. Hands
Here's
off.
Mullings, and he's dragged out after picking up 2 by Chaz Chambliss, the undrafted rookie out of Georgia. Well, so often in the preseason, you have a rookie running back who had a great collegiate career running the football.
I'm not
you always
sold
hear
on
the
Cam
same
Ward
thing when they get to
whatsoever.
the NFL. They got to be better in pass.
I don't think he's as good
Why
as
is that
people
always
say he
such a
is.
difficult transition?
The
And I think he
communication
landed
is
in a
very
horrible
different. For a lot of
place.
the running backs coming into the NFL, you're not asked to do it as much in the college game. A lot of it is they're getting out of the backfield and they're getting into the route and catching the ball. Then you get to the NFL, you get some of these quarterbacks, they need you in there as their best friend protecting them.
Chestnut on the carry here, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short.
It's such a
I'm not sold on Cam Ward at all. Them Miami quarterbacks, I haven't been sold on any of them in a long time. Ken Dorsey was a huge failure. Was supposed to be a stud. He had so much talent around him at Miami. It made him look good. I'm not sold on Cam Ward, especially after you've seen how Anthony Richardson's been. And then on top of it, he's got to go play for the Titans.
4.
Not the greatest organization.
Give it to Chestnut. Trying to spin away and still going. And he's going to be just over a yard shy of a first down. And Cam Ward's already saying, we got to go. We got to go for it.
Oh, no question they got to go for it here. Last game of the
Fucking Kansas City looked good on that first drive. Mahomes might be out for blood this year. People don't fucking think. He's on that Brady level. He's close. He did not like getting blown out in that Super Bowl.
On this one.
He's not Brady. No one will ever be Brady. But he's fucking close.
7. Give the Chestnut up the middle. He's got the
nice. Wow. Great run.
Julius Chestnut. A beauty. A first down run of 16 yards.
Andrew, you said it, an absolute beauty. And give credit to these big guys up front. Chestnut comes straight through. That's untouched right there until he gets to Jay Ward. And that's what you got to love. Going up and coming down right over the defender. I've had that happen to me before. It's not fun when you're...
I wonder if Chicago's starting Caleb Williams in their starters. We're going to check it out. End of the first quarter. Let's go back to Chicago, Kansas City.
And doing one-on-one drills. Then they run over to the other field and pick off a pass.
Pat Mahomes looks fucking amazing on the first drive. Pacheco, rookie running back, looked real good.
Is a beast.
That's a heck of a compliment from that man and his physical tools, and he's really developed into every down linebacker. He can do it all. Maurice Alexander on the return for the Bears, and he spins out of a tackle. Good return, but a flag comes in late. This may back the Bears up a little bit.
Well, just to finish off those Chanel comments, last week talking to Steve Spagnuolo, he's excited about the different ways they can use him, the way he's grown as a player, his knowledge of the defense, and how they can move him around because of that athleticism inside.
And availability.
Let's see what the Bears can do.
There's no foul for illegal formation
on offense.
City. First down, Chicago.
And Chanel in the last year of
Caleb Williams is playing. He's had an awesome preseason as far as playing.
Chicago.
What up, Kenny?
New offense.
A lot of expectations.
How much did you work? How many hours?
Key moves on that offensive line as well to try and give him some protection.
First and 10, DeAndre Swift is the running back.
That's fucked up.
And the ball's on the ground.
Caleb Smith fumbled the snap.
There was a collision there as the receiver was coming in motion. Loss of 5 yards on the play. Let's see what happens.
That's fucked up, Kenneth. I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like you tried handing.
How many hours did you work?
And I don't know if
Zakia
tried handing it off, and Zakia, just hit him on the hip, and not a good exchange for the Bears. Not a good start for.
A much different start for them last week against Buffalo. They looked unbeatable.
Well, and you and I were talking at the break.
That's fucked up if you worked a lot.
Offense after what happened a week ago in Seattle, for them to come out fired up, and same thing expected from the defense because of what happened a week ago. And then on the reverse of it, the job that the Bears did against the Bills last week, 38-0. False start. Offense.
Caleb Williams having an awful start to this fucking game against the Chiefs. Mahomes looked phenomenal. $9 an hour. You're supposed to make more than that, I thought. Minimum wage is high where I live. I don't know what it is where you live. $9 an hour isn't even minimum wage where I live. That's fucked up.
Looking downfield, and he will throw that to one of his teammates.
What'd you work, 4.5 hours?
Well, we've said it over and over again. Anytime you
5.5 hours.
And get pressure and drop 7 into coverage, it makes it so difficult on quarterbacks. And that time, just a relentless.
You make more money mowing lawns than raking leaves.
That pocket and then getting to the outside. It's a foot race with Karlaftis, who you know is not going to give up.
3rd and 19 for the Bears.
Here come the Bears. Caleb Williams with a fucking flower in his hair like a fag boy.
Williams with top.
Get him.
Get rid of it, and that is caught.
Oh, almost threw a pick.
DJ Moore makes the catch. He's about 5 yards shy of a first down, so the Bears will be forced to punt. Jaden Hicks there to make the tackle. Boy, he's been a stud.
They're playing starters in this game.
And this is a guy who's the new Justin Reed back there, running the secondary.
Goodbye, Andy Reid and the Chiefs.
To talk to, just the way he's learning it. A lot of compliments to Justin Reed and helping him develop and understand the defense and being on the back end now, trying to get the communication down.
Dude, you find one person who can rake their fucking yard for $50.
Torrey Taylor.
It'll take you fucking an hour or two.
Nico Remigio is waiting his own 15-yard line. Remigio
Fuck that job.
Shined in the postseason. Good-looking punt. Remigio from his own 10-yard line. Dances around a little bit and scurries up the sideline. A flag has come in right near the sideline at the 15-yard line. It was a 55-yard punt for Taylor.
During the return, holding. Receiving team, number 30. That penalty half the distance to goal. First down, Chicago. Timeout.
We will take a break, but a really good start for the Chiefs. They get a touchdown in their opening drive, and the defense comes up with a stop.
First down, Kansas City.
Get excited, Chiefs fans. McDonald's is about to run.
We might see Mahomes again. Oh, shit. Touchdown. It looks like Tennessee.
Manor down to the 1. Thomas and King.
Dallas is going in too.
Andrew, I know you're a baseball guy. What do you think of this arm angle right here?
I love that.
Look at him dropping down and finding a hole and a gap in order to zip the ball through. And what you're seeing here from Io Manor coming out of Stanford, you're going to see a lot of these. He is a big body receiver, Jason, that likes to set up, present his number back to the quarterback, just put it on it. And he's going to be a combat catch type of a guy. This is what they're looking for, and they're getting it.
Chestnut, the running back, on 2nd and goal. Here's Chestnut trying to go up and over, and he is in for a touchdown.
Well done. Tennessee. Nice drive by Cam Ward.
And that'll have him feeling pretty good going into week 1 against Denver.
Jason, I don't know if they got as much surge on the offensive line as they would have wanted, but Chestnut found a way to spin his way in, and before his backside hits the ground, he flips all the way around. Look at him turn. And now just walks his way down on the...
Nice drive by Cam Ward. Let's check out Dallas before we go back to Kansas City. Joe Milton, another touchdown drive. Looks like he's about to get him in the end zone again.
Play chances, but as a former athletic quarterback, I like those are opportunities that you get only so many times in your career.
Milton, handoff, touchdown, Dallas.
He gets to the end zone. The former Texas Longhorn.
The rookie.
In the end zone for the first time in the preseason in his NFL career.
And this is what
Blue was good
you get there with a makeshift offensive line.
for Texas.
You get what you get. You don't throw a fit. Block. The linebacker that fills the gap, he's responsible for you. You're responsible for him. Go run him over. Make a play. Don't let one man tackle you when you're 1 yard away from the end zone. That's a great job of dropping your pass, understanding what the blocking assignments are, and knowing that you're going to have to get through one guy to get to that goal line.
Touchdown for the rookie Blue in the preseason. Dallas up 14-0. Check out the Chiefs, see who's playing. Kelsey's even playing. Both of these teams are playing all their starters. Kenneth, I got something to cheer you up. A little bit, hopefully. At least a little bit. That I think you'll enjoy. After we check out this Patrick Mahomes drive. Hang in there, buddy. I got something I think you'll enjoy.
But the first, so far here in the second series and that first series are good.
Quickly out to Rashee Rice. Gets a couple of
There goes Rice.
Down and more as he gets it to the Chiefs' space to help him out.
Well, and that's always the thing.
Mahomes looks good.
You can see from that angle.
I know the Bears suck, but
he pulled out to the left, and Kareem Hunt went to the left. So you're trying to get the flow of the linebackers and then throw the quick screen out to the right. You're hoping that the linebackers bite on the guard pulling and the action of the running back, which allows you to get upfield, which is what they did and got the first down.
Kelsey in motion. First and 10. Mahomes play action. He's taking a shot down the field.
He got him.
Got an open receiver.
Wow, what a dime.
Tyquan Thornton with a huge
Expatriate.
and what a throw from Patrick Mahomes.
Tyquan Thornton sucked for New England. Now he's going to kill it with the Chiefs.
Training camp, about one of the things he worked on was throwing the deep ball better and giving his guys opportunities. He wanted to throw the ball higher, and that would allow the fast guys to make adjustments to the ball in the air.
Every Patriot that goes to Kansas City ends up being good.
Which allows Mahomes to step into that throw, and Thornton coming to Kansas City to provide that deep threat is really impressed so far this preseason.
58-yard reception. Mahomes sets up the screen, and it's dropped by Travis Kelce. Well, back to Tyquan Thornton. He's an interesting piece.
Hell no, Thomas.
Practice squad a little bit last year. Then he gets
Hell no, Thomas.
There's no doubt.
I'll burn that flag.
This 53-man roster, and he gives them another guy that can stretch the field.
Well, and that's the thing. You know, you're starting to put roster spots together. You're starting to figure out, yes, he was disappointing in New England. He didn't live up to what he was hoping for or the team was hoping for. Now getting a fresh start and taking advantage of his opportunity.
Kareem Hunt. And Hunt again running hard.
Oh.
He gets it to the 13-yard line. I'll set up a manageable third down. Creed Humphrey at center, boy, moving people. The fifth-year man out of Oklahoma. We got Smith and Humphrey. These guys develop on the left side. This offensive line has a chance to be really good.
Well, with Tooney, the last few years, right, that interior three has been the biggest part of this offensive line, and rotating around with the different tackles. Now all of a sudden you draft the Josh Simmons. You've got Creed and Trey both under contract. You're trying Suamata.
Mahomes shotgun.
Guard, so there's a chance where you can.
Mahomes
in trouble.
Mahomes scrambling to his right, looking to the end zone.
Dropped.
In the end zone by Kareem Hunt.
Should have been caught.
Really good protection. Mahomes has had a lot of time here in the first quarter.
Well, to finish the offensive line, just if you get these guys, this is something you could have a solid offensive line for years to come. See Trey Smith with the fist there.
Oh, Kareem Hunt blew it.
Not able to come up with it.
Sorry, Trent, 32-yard attempt here for Harrison Butker. Near the left hash. Butker coming off another terrific season. Kick is on the way, and it is good.
Yeah, Mahomes looks pretty fucking good, Kenneth. No fucking doubt. This is my new favorite commercial in the world, Kenneth. I'm going to cheer you up right now. I find it hilarious. I think it's awesome. Let me know what you think. I probably look like a cornball to a lot of people, but I don't give a fuck. If you don't appreciate this, you're a fucking idiot. Or I'm an idiot. I could be an idiot. It could be. I think that shit is hilarious. Oh, I fucking love it. I think that shit is the best commercial I've seen in forever. The other ones they have are good too. That's the best one so far, though. That shit's funny, dude. I fucking love it. I 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 fucking love it. I can't do it fast. That's what sucks. I wish I could really remix it. Remix. I fucking love that shit. Oh, I fucking love it. It's Caleb Williams. Handoff. Oh, they barely got it. First down. I'm going to get that motherfucking cat in the Patriots t-shirt.
McDuffie, guys on the back end, so important in the Steve Spagnuolo defense. He asked these guys to show a lot of versatility. McDuffie, one of the best outside corners in the league, but they need him in the slot. He can do it all back there. First down of the night for the Bears. Play action. I'll check that. They keep it on the ground with Swift. And Swift is brought down by Mike Pinnell at the 40-yard line. There was a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense number 95. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It goes against Chris Jones, who's one of the most impactful defensive players currently in the National Football League. And he just seems to have kind of a new perspective. Vet's perspective, talking about how much he's really embraced camp. He's embraced being a mentor to guys.
I like Kansas City's mentality of playing some starters tonight. Reminds me of the old Patriots style. Andy Reid's a good coach.
Chiefs. 1st and 5. DeAndre Swift cuts it back.
Nothing.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. Gary Tillery, you mentioned 99. They're in on the stop for the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're hoping Tiller can be that rotating player. Spagnuolo likes to bring a lot of guys in and out of the game to play different positions. You see 99 pushing up the field. I've been watching the rotation, and Pennell and Tillery have been rotating in that one spot, and Chris Jones has been anchoring that other spot. You talked about Jones. I've been impressed with him all training camp, the way he's worked, the way he's come into camp ready to go.
Williams in trouble, and he'll be sacked. Great job on the back end. And they get home. Charles Menahu, then Chris Jones bringing the pressure.
Good coverage up the...
How the fuck is minimum wage $7.25 in Texas? Is shit that cheap down there? This is why I wanted to move to Texas. Is everything so cheap down there that $7.25 is enough to live on? I fucking never made under $20 an hour in my life and struggle in New England. Struggle in New England, making fucking $60,000 to $70,000 a year and can barely survive. And fucking down in Texas, they're making $7.25 an hour and can get by. I don't fucking get it.
But he's able to recover and make the tackle short of the chain.
Torrey Taylor out for his second punt of the night. Nico Remigio inside his own 10-yard line.
I don't get it. Maybe I should fucking move. I don't know how it's $7.25 an hour for minimum wage in Texas. Unless that's old information.
And Remigio trying to navigate, and he'll be brought down at the 18-yard line. Let's see here. What do you think Charles Menahu thought about what just happened defensively? How you feel about it? Yeah, big smile. Chiefs with the football on a 10-point lead when we come back.
Chiefs whooping the Chicago Bears' ass. Both teams playing starters. Tennessee has taken Cam Ward out of the game. They had a touchdown drive. They lead Minnesota 7-3. Dallas is up 14-0. Both teams playing scrubs over the Falcons. Just checking out some football tonight, chilling out. Kenneth, I'm losing weight, man. Did you see? You're broke and fit in the camera barely now. I'm getting there, dog. I'm coming for you. I'm going to be like John Cena soon. Be looking like Cena out here. Just without a dress or a mini skirt. Oh, big hit. Good job by the Dallas D. So I guess we're going to check out this one last fucking little bit of the Chicago Bears and Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to be smashing bacon soon, Kenneth. I can't wait. Getting there. Titties are getting smaller. Watch out. Austin 316 said, I whooped your ass. Lost almost 40 pounds in 60 days. Fucking rolling. I hope I can keep it going. I know I can keep it going. Already getting fucking jacked. My arms have gotten so small. When I was younger, I was fucking huge. I weighed less than I was bigger. I don't know. I don't think Cena's that much older than me, but I could be wrong. Mahomes is still in the game. Chucking it. Found Kelsey for like a 20-yard reception. When was Cena born?
20 yards on the play for Travis Kelsey.
Well, we talked about it in the open, the connection these two have.
Yeah, he's a little bit older. You're right.
Able to put up, and
he's got like 6 years on me, 5 years.
Earlier in the preseason about coming back in better shape, and feels like he's in that spot.
He's on a lot of steroids too. And rich.
Get it out quickly to Xavier Worthy, and Worthy's trying to show.
Well, I'm coming for his ass.
Two guys missed.
I'm coming for his ass natural.
Down. Well done, Xavier Worthy. Now let's go down to the field.
Xavier Worthy and Rice looking good tonight. I'm bringing it, dog. I got the potential. I got the potential, baby. Look it. I'm not even fucking really lifting weights yet. Don't make me take the shirt off.
Super Bowl loss. Offensive coordinator Matt Nagy, he said, my favorite quote of all the preseason, we don't want to play reckless, we want to play relentless. We're seeing that here on the field tonight with the effort, guys.
We certainly are. Thank you, Kimmy. Noah
Can't see
Sewell,
me.
man out of Oregon, the injured bear. It's over here on the near side on the Chiefs sideline. Hopefully, yep, here he is. He's getting up on his own. That's a good sign. Hopefully he'll be okay. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he'll return to action shortly, because these snaps so critical for so many guys trying to make their respective rosters. Both these teams have real high expectations going into the 2020.
Fucking Chiefs are mollywopping the Chicago Bears right now. Both teams have a lot of starters in too. Pat Mahomes might come out with a fucking... Pat Mahomes, after losing the Super Bowl, he was probably not very happy. Probably not a very happy camper. He don't seem like it. He might be out for fucking blood this year.
I know that Patrick Mahomes keeps receipts.
That whole team.
Noticed a lot of people saying he's no longer the best quarterback in the NFL. Let's check on that in a few months.
Yeah, and we already talked about the offseason and the work that Kelsey's put in, the work that Chris Jones had put in. And, you know, Mahomes, he was very determined. And you watch him in practice on a daily basis, and you see the way that he's interacting with teammates and focusing on the details and getting back to the details and the little things. And, you know, he stressed that from the beginning of training camp. And
Mahomes out of the shotgun.
Throw, which we've already seen several times.
3
tonight.
wide.
He wants him back in the offense.
2 in the backfield.
They went
Man
to
in
replay,
motion.
so it's 2nd and 1, and they pick up the first down. It's
Kelsey.
And he gets inside the 40 to the 39, so 2 catches for Kelsey on this drive.
How many hundreds of catches on this very route has he had? It's just an option route, right? He and Patrick got to be on the same page. He has a 3-way go. He can sit, he can break in or break out. Even sometimes if the safeties are split, you can dip and go up the middle. I mean, it's got to be hundreds of catches on that one play.
Great job by the offensive line. Giving Patrick enough time to find Kelsey. Pacheco in the game at running back. 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes, what a pocket. Now he's going to step up. He's going to take off and run. And
Mahomes is gone.
Here he goes inside the 20. And finally slides. Going to give everybody in here a heart attack.
Were you vocalizing what everybody in here was thinking?
King
Go
Booker.
down.
Booker T.
Nothing to prove here. But he picks up the first down. A good scramble there for Mahomes. But let's check on the flag.
I fuck with Booker T. Booker T seems like a good dude.
Illegal hands.
Booker T deserves more credit.
That 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
I remember being a kid watching Booker T getting ready with his brother with Harlem Nights there, get ready to go fuck with the NWO and Hogan on WCW. I was a bigger WWF fan than WCW, but I would switch back and forth during the commercials. I never forget the time him and fucking his brother there that they did Harlem. Well, I think it was Harlem Nights or Harlem Street or whatever. Fucking, he called Hogan the N-word. He's like, come on, Hogan, you can't fuck with me, ninja. And fucking lost it. It was fucking dope. It was one of the best promos. Damn, Pacheco just ran into a fucking wall.
First quarter is complete, and what a first quarter for the Kansas City Chiefs. That home cooking has done him some good.
Pacheco has the worst fucking luck, keeps getting hurt. No, I can't break dance. Was never my fucking idea of fun. For sure. Can you dig it? We had Booker T called fucking Hulk Hogan the N-word years ago. See if I can find the clip.
Let me tell you something, Gino. Can you out here talking about a clique? The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look.
You see Sherry Mantel? Look at Miss Sherry's background.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look.
She's like, oh shit, he went there. I love it.
We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. We coming for you, nigga. For you, nigga.
Oh no. He grabbed his head and left.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. And after we some Gino, can you out here talking about a clique? The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry.
Look at Sherry Martel, watch.
Here, it's the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look.
Yeah, he won a lot of belts. He had the WCW championship, tag championship, all kinds of belts. He held quite a few. Ron Simmons doesn't get enough credit either, Kenneth. Ron Simmons deserves way more credit. Patrick Mahomes just found Rice for another touchdown. 17-0 Chiefs. Jeepers Crow.
Week in Seattle, they wanted to come out. The ball done that so far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on one end, it is only preseason, but at the same time, I mean, Coach Breed holds these players to such a high standard that it wasn't Chiefs football, and you know, we had some young guys, and we were mixing and matching different units out there, but it wasn't good football. So it's good. It's good to be back home. Now, they didn't do us any favors with the back-to-back West Coast trips. I mean, as soon as we got off the plane from Arizona, 3 days back at St. Joe, back to Seattle. So I think our guys were a little tired, but again, there's no excuses. You got to be ready each and every week, so it's good to come out here and play some good football.
Brett, let's talk about this 2025 draft class led by first-round pick Josh Simmons. It seems he's made quite an impression during training camp, and he'll be the starting left tackle in week 1.
Yeah, special kid, special athlete. Obviously, very fortunate to get him, and tribute, you know, tip of the cap to the kid. I mean, you know, he did have the knee injury, and when we were going through the draft process, our trainer thought that hopefully he'd be ready for at some point maybe a week or two in a training camp, but I mean, the kid came ready. We actually got him up to speed by the end of OTAs, and he's been off and running since we started at St. Joe's. But really, the class as a whole is impressive in regards to these kids coming in, working, and I really think, and again, all these kids have to grow and develop, and it's so early on in their career, but I really think all these guys, not just our 53-man rosters, I think most of these guys are 48-man type players and will be active to help us on game day.
Jonathan Owens on the return, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line.
Well, that was the thing. I was just going to say, you look at all those guys. We just showed them all that were in the draft class. They've all made an impact.
Yeah.
They've all made a big impact here in the preseason. So, yeah, you're not only 53, but you're talking having an impact on game day.
Yeah, and it was good to get...
Who's your favorite wrestler ever, Kenneth? Who's your top 5 wrestlers of all time? You know, I always say mine. I want to see other people's shit. Caleb Williams still in the game. Wow. Oh, no, he's not. They just pulled him. Nice run by Swift. Top 5 wrestlers all time. We're going to start a poll, see if we can get some wrestling talk to end this stream. See if I can figure this thing out quick. That should work. Bears aren't looking too hot.
It's still kind of hard to watch that. You lose the Super Bowl in that fashion. It's not easy to watch. So,
Caleb Williams is in there.
To, what you mentioned earlier, Trent, the work that Kristen Lapis and Morgan Pictures and ESPN Disney, they all did first class all the way. And I think it's really cool because it just shows you the special type of character people we have in the building. And I mean, my favorite episode is the second one with Coach Reed. Everybody knows it, but he's such a father figure. And again, he does so much more for these players outside of the building and their personal lives that really I don't think anyone could imagine. So it was cool to see them capture that.
Well, it's one thing to hear about it, and it's another thing to visually see it. And
it was powerful.
Yeah, it was.
All right, 2nd and 8 for the Bears. Williams with time checks it down, and they complete it. It's going to be enough for a Bears first down. Well, before we get into Brazil, this is Bowls. You've won 3 Super Bowls. Do you ever kind of sit back, get in your man cave, and think, wow, this is just, I mean, it's off the charts?
It's funny. We were just talking about this, the other day, where when you're in the middle of it, you don't never feel that you've accomplished anything special, and you always feel like your roster isn't good enough. And I mean, shoot, just a few days ago we were flying back from Seattle, and we were kind of thinking, how are we going to put a roster out there? I mean, we're terrible, but I think it's one of those things that maybe down the line, after a few years, you can sit and appreciate. And you know, I know the Cowboys have a documentary out too, and we were talking, like, growing up, seeing all those teams, and then comparing their 5-year run with our 5-year run, and to think we've actually won more games and accomplished more is crazy, because, again, I grew up watching those games. So what this team, what this organization and the Hunt family has accomplished over the last few years is incredible, and hopefully we can just keep it up.
I was just sitting here as we were talking. What's crazy to me is every year that you've been GM, the team has won the division.
Every year.
Yeah. Every year. So you know nothing but...
Yeah, the women wrestlers are putting a better effort in.
Well, with that come a lot of
than
expectations.
a lot of the men.
Pressure, so weighing the good and the bad.
All right, Williams going to take off and run. Connor's going to try to track him down, and Williams out of bounds at the 15. So 2 weeks tonight you'll be in Sao Paulo. A division game. You got the Chargers and the Chiefs. What are your thoughts on week 1 and the fact that you're playing it in Brazil?
It's exciting. It's another global stage for our organization. And
Nice run by Caleb Williams. Who's your top 5 all time? 1 through 5. Greatest to the 5th.
You know, going to Brazil will be exciting, but it'll also be a little nerve-wracking for me, knowing we have a tough division opponent right out of the gate. So hopefully, we go down there, we're prepared to play good football.
It's all opinion.
Come right back and play the Eagles.
Open at home against the Eagles after the long flight coming back. So I guess there's an advantage to playing on Friday, giving you a little bit of time, a couple days as far as getting your time back adjusted. But then the Super Bowl rematch at home in the home opener.
Yeah, and then it doesn't end.
No, it sure does.
The Giants, and then they're right back against the Ravens and the Lions and the Redskins. So it'll be fun for the fans, and we'll have to be.
Wow, these guys came to play.
Second down for
Phil
the Bears.
Scott is in the game.
Williams in some trouble, and he'll just throw that one away. Pressure was coming from Carl.
Well, as you said, you set expectations, you set the standard, and now you've got everybody. Chasing it.
Yeah, it's a good position to be in. And like I said, I think if we can get through this game healthy and have a little luck on our side, and, so much of this has to do with getting hot and staying healthy.
Yep.
And I think we've been, for the most part, on the right side of things over this run, and tribute to the training staff and the work with Burkholder and his crew do.
Third down for the Bears. Williams looking left, now looking middle of the field, will throw, and that's incomplete. Well defended by the Chiefs. They threw into some traffic there. Odunze with the...
Chiefs look good tonight.
There's a kick coming up. The most important decision you made was getting Patrick Mahomes, and there's been a lot of conversation about how you were watching him on film.
Bad
decision.
decision.
This is our next quarterback.
Lucky it wasn't
picked. Back to that decision, obviously, the most critical decision you've made since you became the GM.
Well, listen, I mean, I think everything's supposed to happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And, from going back to watching him and Coach Poppin in the office, but really the whole organization getting behind him and the work everyone did to make that happen is special. And we don't take that for granted as a personnel staff. And we know when we go to work every day, it's not just for the Hunt family, it's not just for Coach Reed, it's for Pat and his legacy as well.
Brett Beach, outstanding job. We appreciate you coming in for your annual visit. We wish you the best of luck this season.
All right, you guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'll catch you guys maybe early in the morning for MMA action. I think I'm going to go to bed and catch some MMA early in the morning. Peace.